Alright, I'm bringing us over into frame. And we pick up where we left off with Marcus and Oogie, at the very least, in a bit out of sorts, high on various substances, or low on various substances, depending on the substance. And Archibald has just pinpointed where the Void Eagle is most likely to be. Believe you guys were doing kind of a rolling sleepover, or were you going to come back to the ship? Are you sleeping it off there, or are you coming back once Elena has informed you that we have the location?
I think the worst decision would be to go back while we're still intoxicated. So that's what we're going to do. At least that's what Oogie's going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call him the designated driver right now.
Okay. Yeah, no, the call comes over your comms. Elena's clipped Russian accent telling you that we have a location and we're ready to move. And Oogie and Marcus can extract themselves gracefully, or not, depending, and make the way back over to the marmoset.
Oogie rouses himself from his relaxed semi-stupor at the news and goes to round up Marcus.
I think Marcus will still be trying to put on a show in the cafeteria.
Does he have his shirt on, or did he leave his shirt off after he tried to give it to that one pirate?
No, I put it back on.
Right side in, inside out?
I mean, the right side. Yeah, yeah. It's not that fucked up. It's not his first rodeo. Yeah. So Marcus just be entertaining people and then get pulled to the side, I guess.
Yeah, Oogie kind of swaggers in and claps him on the shoulder and says, "All right, it's time for us to get back to the ship. Captain's calling. Party's over."
Oh, well, show's over, guys. Been a pleasure meeting you all.
Eugene and Addison both give disappointed cheers, but bid you farewell. Eugene mumbling something, but always at the captain's orders.
Oh, what's the burrito van called? The what's it called? The burrito van, where everyone flocks to.
Uh, Nuclear burrito.
Oh, well, we'll meet you up at the nuclear burrito when it's in. Yes,
Good man.
sounds like a plan. Well, everyone have a good night out. It's been a pleasure meeting you all. Farewell.
Mhm. Sonny greets you both at the airlock. Meets you with a fairly disapproving, sternly disapproving gaze, but cycles the airlock. Oh wait, well, yeah, you guys had a tunnel connection, so no need to cycle the airlock, but the airlock was still closed, just for security reasons. Closes the outer door after the tunnel's back in, and lets you both in.
Well,
Thank you.
that was a great night.
Finding
Yeah.
himself back on the ship, and despite the fact that he's a little intoxicated, Oogie uh, heads to the privy to try to smarten up a little bit before he goes and meets with Elena.
As you both head off in slightly different directions, well, let me ask first, Ben, where is Marcus heading first?
Straight to his bed.
Okay, so as you both head off in about the same direction, which is not towards the bridge, Sonny says, "Captain's waiting for you on the bridge."
Oogie points a thumb over his shoulder. Got to use the head first before I head on up. Got time for it?
Clean yourself up fast.
No.
Oogie splashes some water on his face. Gargles a little bit. Tucks his shirt back in.
All right. Does Marcus head towards the bridge?
Nah, he's heading to bed. He's annoyed. He
All
got
right.
lied to early about drugs, and then he finally got some drugs, but they weren't the drugs he was after. Sorry, medicine. Clarification there. Totally medicine.
Go ahead and remove Oogie from Marcus's room. Eventually makes his way over to the bridge.
Yeah, shortly after cleaning himself up.
Okay. Didn't mean to shortcut any narrative you were doing there.
No,
I just
no,
wanted to move the pog.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Well,
Okay.
speech still slightly slow, slightly slurred. You know, if Elena isn't familiar with the Camiego accent, maybe she doesn't notice. Who could know these things?
She's
Report.
been on Camiego for a little bit longer than, well, not longer than you all have, but a little bit longer than the Raza recruits who weren't born on Camiego. So I'm not going to worry about it. I was going to put it down to a roll, but then I realized there are other things happening that will make it so that I don't need to worry about that. Elena looks over as Oogie comes in. Have a seat.
Presumably,
Oogie finds himself a chair and kind of slowly lowers himself into it. How bright do they keep the lights here on the bridge?
Oh, not too bright.
Okay, good deal.
I mean, it's basically shift night, right?
You know, I really don't know.
Anyways, not terribly important.
Yeah. Now I think oh, it is because we started you off. I actually started you off in Kamiyaga morning, Planetside morning, and this has been an all-day affair.
Yep, that's why Max is going to bed.
Yeah.
Captain, been a long day, but I reckon we were successful.
This is good information. Would like to act on information now, but seems maybe crew is not at 100%.
Oogie takes his hat off and kind of fans himself a little bit, and you can see that he's blushing. Admittedly, some of the crew less 100% than others.
Is can be understood. I'm not privy to understanding all of how operation works on your team. On ship, must maintain shifts and order.
He chuckles and just says, let's just say that reconnaissance among pirates requires unorthodox information gathering stratagems.
Archibald just looks disapprovingly at Oogie.
And Sunny's lips tighten, but she hasn't spoken out yet. Elena looks at the others present. I'm gonna put Connor over here because he's just piloting right now.
That's all.
Yeah, there we go. Um,
Doesn't make sense to be having to look both directions.
it really doesn't. um, so looks over Archibald, Oogie, and Amaya. Has been a long day. Maybe it's best to give some shut-eye. And
6 or 7 hours in the rack, and I'll be right as rain.
and not Elena. Sonny does jump in at this point. Captain, maybe we can make use of this time while the two of them detox. Elena looks over at her, asks what she has in mind, and I'm not going to converse with myself in NPC voices, but Sonny basically says that she has a pen pal that signed on with a pirate ship, asks if they could make contact while waiting for the sober up. And Elena looks at the three of you again. Does maybe is not bad idea, but would also like parts of mission team ready and available. Looks over at Amaya and at Archibald.
I'm ready, whatever.
Nox, you with us?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry.
No worries. Making sure I hadn't gotten my PCs and characters mixed up. Amaya is your character, right? Yeah.
Yep. I'm currently finishing up my character sheet. I haven't had the chance to take care of it.
Oh, no worries. Elena is has looked over from Archie to Amaya. In need of shut-eye or good for a few more hours?
Oh well, it depends on what you had in mind. I don't know if I'm good for 2 hours heavy work, couple hours heavy work, but
It's just security. Contacting pirate ship. I want to make sure I have mission team hands on deck.
yeah, if I'm mostly just gonna be standing around, I'm probably good.
Wait. What were the pronouns for Amaya?
Sorry?
Pronouns for Amaya?
She, they.
Okay. Ms. Wibrakri.
Yes?
Good to stand for 2 more hours.
Good to stand.
Good. What I glossed over in that non-NPC conversation is Sonny giving ship name, Armstrong indicating that it is a ship that we've identified in the region, and that if Sonny wanted to make contact with them without any kind of voice delay, it would take about an hour to reach that point. Well, without any significant voice delay. Good. Okay, go rest. Sleep it off.
Aye, Captain. Thank you kindly. And
Hmm.
Oogie exits for his bunk.
Elena glances around at Archie, Amaya, Connor, and Armstrong and Sonny. Slight bemusement. I realize that this is not Marcus's room, it's Barracks. This is not a
Yeah, I was
cruiser
gonna
with...
say this. Yeah, this is not a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Like the Raza
Max has
was.
claimed it now. He's put his name above the door. It's his now. All the beds are his.
Well,
He
you
just
can
gets to
have that
choose which one
discussion
he
with
wants.
Oogie in the morning.
I love that idea. Just took a Sharpie marker and wrote Marcus's pad above the door.
I reckon I should add a void carbine. I'm trying to remember. Is there an equivalent pistol? There's not, is there?
There's not.
That's probably.
Not without going shopping at the Union Commissary.
I guess really the only benefit of pistols so much is mostly just concealability.
Yeah. And you can shoot it if somebody gets in your face.
Oh, okay. Well, I should probably have a pistol then. Oh well, we'll worry about that later. Actually, I'll just take a mag pistol from the armory.
Getting
Better be prepared.
getting the Union Void sidearm, I guess you'd call it, is something that you guys can do. It's just not something that's automatically stocked in your
Yeah.
armory.
Well, pistol's a backup, anyways.
Yeah. Okay. With that decision sealed, Armstrong sends the course coordinates, over to Connor, and Connor plots a course to go and to speak with the Hackle Riot, HKR 836.
Riot, nice.
Huh. Hang on real quick. Learned we had no music. Let's change that. Let's see. Is Zenthra music appropriate? It's all kind of cowboy, but you know what? We are still dealing with pirates, so cowboy music is fine.
Pirates are basically just outlaws.
Space outlaws. Alright, this journey out to the Hackle does take about an hour as projected before there's no considerable or noticeable transmission delay. And
What kind of ship is it?
Hackle is a free merchant.
Thank you.
And Elena gives Sunny the podium because that's where the video is centered and focused, and opens a. Well, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Elena opens a communication to the ship, speaks with the captain briefly, and says that there's somebody on board the crew who would like to speak with I had a name here, dang it.
No longer your name.
It isn't. With Ty. The captains both amicably agree and exchange a podium for the individual people. The person that comes up on that screen, and Sunny has not asked anybody to leave the room for this conversation. Not that, not that Elena necessarily would. It stands by. And what follows is a conversation that seems to come more out of a bitter familial arrangement. Ty does bear striking resemblance to Sunny, and Sunny is talking down at him with the I know better loving embrace of an older sister.
Pen pal.
Elena does not look entirely thrilled at this turn in the conversation. And Sunny does not appear pleased with how the conversation is going. Sunny is clearly is trying to convince Ty to get off the pirate ship. It's dangerous. Come work for Raza. And Ty is just rebuking every best effort. Well, not best effort maybe. Every sharp barb of how dangerous being a pirate is, and not to mention illegal and dangerous. Conversation ends with Ty basically just cutting off communications, leaving Sunny standing there, tight-lipped.
Awkward.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel about that situation. I feel like we've just, I feel like Sonny's just taking advantage of our situation. No, that's not really right, but still.
Sunny's face is flushed, a little bit darker. She looks over at Elena, nods, and says, "Taking my leave, Captain." Elena responds. I can't remember Star Trek what the appropriate response is. By your leave, or that there was some kind of positive response to that. Anyways,
Dismissed.
I don't remember.
dismissed. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. Elena says dismisses her, and Sunny walks stiffly out of the bridge. Elena takes her place back on at the captain's chair. How long until reach Void Eagle, Mr. McCrory? Connor responds that it'll take about 3 hours. Elena says, make it 4. And looks over at Archibald and Amaya. It's some.
Aren't they supposed to say make it less?
No, no, she did make it say make it a little bit longer, and
Yeah.
looks
Okay.
over at this too. Get some rest. Might need.
Alright.
And with everyone, with the mission team all trundling off to bed, for less time than I think they would have liked. Anybody,
I can
have
still.
any interactions or dreams or anything that they want to air out into the roleplay?
Unless someone's working Marcus, who's trying to be asleep right now.
Mm-hmm.
He can certainly try. Nah, I think I'm good.
Alright.
Unless you really need the time.
I don't. I'm just giving this, this is just an opportunity for you guys. In just under 4 hours, the technician you brought on board, whose name is Quiet River, comes over and opens the door to the barracks. And he is anything but quiet. This man is accustomed to shouting long distances and his voice carrying.
I need to reconsider having him in the crew then.
I thought it was hilarious when Lulu picked him because of the name, and I actually already had his history written at that point. And it does involve shouting and being heard over long distances. He was essentially search and rescue on Holau for ships that got downed by the Jade Curse.
Oh yeah.
Um, and he comes in. 15 minutes to mission! Dressed and ready in 5. Captain's orders.
So I've been describing Oogie as wearing like civvies in his hat. What would mission gear be?
Armor.
I don't know if you guys have any uniform at this point. I think mission gear would be whatever's appropriate. For instance, if you expect people to be firing at you, then armor. If you expect people to be firing at you in space, probably an armored vac suit.
If this is the first time that Amaya has heard Quiet River, she's going to go ahead and make a note to purchase some hearing protection for the ship.
It's the first time she's heard him use his voice. He is the engineer, and he may have called down the hallway for something here and there, but he is actually good at moderating his voice and works well in small spaces just as well as outdoors. His casual conversation tone is more peaceful and almost reflective.
Okay.
I'll amend that, however. He doesn't say mission ready in 5. He says briefing in 5, mission ready in 15. That way, you guys have a chance to discuss with Elena and with yourselves on what your approach is before
What
you
the approach
decide.
is going to be. That's where I was
Yeah.
leading with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a slightly hungover Oogie drags himself out of his bunk, pulls on his secure clothing, and trudges down to the briefing room. I guess that would be the bridge. Trudges to the bridge.
Marcus will do the opposite. Wake up, drag his secure clothing off him, shove it to the floor, and then walk over.
Without any clothes?
No, he's wearing clothes, just taking this, secure clothing off. It's a bit uncomfortable to sleep in. And he's realising that now he's woke up.
Because I figure on Camiego, well, the way to avoid a hangover is to drink a lot of water before bedtime. And if you don't have a lot of water available, you'd never learn that you could just drink a lot of water before bedtime.
Yeah, makes sense. Quiet River does wait for everyone to get themselves, at least out of the room. Marcus Snow and Ugi Tromar both make it to the bridge.
Impressive, if so.
Now listen, this ain't my first rodeo.
Oops.
This is how commerce is conducted on Camiego sometimes.
Sure it is.
Quiet River just chuckles, following behind you. Yeah. He actually, I should say, everyone is in the bridge right now. Even if it looks like they're standing off somewhere else, everyone's there in the bridge. It's a bit crowded, in fact. Lena looks over at Marcus. Mr. Snow, take a seat.
Yep. And like yawns, just sits down.
Yeah, I imagine there's like a little bit more standing room over here, and that's where everyone else is hanging out. Probably all around that entire this entire arc here is a bit of standing room. Connor just turns around in his chair. Connor looks tired. He has not slept. Armstrong also looks pretty tired, and Elena at this point looks positively exhausted. She looks over at the four of you. Make contact with Void Eagle, or we are in contact range with Void Eagle in 10 minutes. Need to know what, or Void Eagle's last known position. Need to know what approach you intend to take.
Well, I look at Oogie skeptically. I think we wanted to try diplomacy first. Right?
So it's not nice to give him the option.
Diplomacy.
Oogie holds up his hands, and you could see like his knuckles are swollen from fist fights of the past, and he says, "Yeah, diplomacy is certainly less painful of the available options."
What is Plan B?
Weapons and boarding, I'm guessing.
Ship weapons or personal weapons? Do you mean to blow up the ship and then board? Or do you mean to board and then shoot the people inside?
You see, I would aim to, I don't know, what was it, Sunder, is it? You know, where you just kind of like, make it so they can't move, just take out their engines. I mean, that's if you want to go that route, which would be to take out their engines, make it so they can't run away, and then, see if they're more amicable to talk then.
Duh. Okay.
Granted, we think we can take them, because who knows what they're running. So, everyone ready? I know I am. Like rubs his eyes.
Void Eagle is also a free merchant, right?
Yes it is.
So, I mean, our big risk in attacking the Void Eagle is that we draw unwanted attention from other pirates in the area.
Yes.
I'm sure we could do a broadcast. Just kind of let it be known that they've been caught with undeclared goods aboard and, I've come to rectify that so that way others don't get more closely examined, I would say. I'm sure the pirates would hear if every time they came off they had to be fully inspected. Rather than, just take them out of word.
I mean, I'll let somebody else do the talking in that case, because the only thing I'm going to be able to say is, hey, I hear you got something worth buying, and I'm interested.
Which case, if you want to go down that route, feel free to, but I'm guessing word might have got on. That we're looking for him. So you can try and lie and hope word's not got to them, or we can just take it to them and see what their response is.
Oogie shrugs and kind of looks around at the other assembled specialists. I don't reckon that we want to gain a reputation as being the Raza ship that will help smugglers smuggle. So maybe it'd be a better idea if we try something else. I don't know. Any other ideas?
I think we just take it to them. We're aware of their antics. We don't wish for others to follow in their steps, and we don't wish for things to escalate. We would kindly ask them to, send out the airlock, what we suspect they have, which is the goo, so that way it may be retrieved. If they don't comply, then we heavily incentivize it.
Elena's following both your suggestions there. Looks over at Amaya and Archie.
I'm not up to too much in the way of subterfuge. I'd rather just be straightforward about it.
There's 2 for subterfuge. Amaya? Or
No,
Ms.
I said I'm
Lubaki.
not much.
Or yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
Correctness.
No,
I
I said that right. There's 2 for direct approach. No subterfuge. Ms. Lubaki.
Make that 3 for direct.
Yeah. Who will do talking and represent Raza?
No volunteers.
I'll go talk to him.
No, you recommended subterfuge.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, I suppose I can. If we're just
Yeah,
asking
thank
kindly.
you for volunteering. Archie.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm confused. Marcus didn't say I said the word subterfuge. He wanted to be direct.
Oh, yeah. Marcus is the direct one.
Oh, who was the subterfuge?
Oogie.
Oh, my bad. I somehow mixed that up completely.
Oogie just kind of tilts his hat down and mumbles, "Yeah, subterfuge. It was all just a ruse that I was suggesting. Of course, I wouldn't actually try to buy the goo."
Oh, I mean, with what credits as well? Yeah, let's just call them out on their bullshit. See what they say.
Okay. Yeah, let me retcon that just a little bit there, Meowkin. When Marcus spoke up, Elena took him up on that.
Oh, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Oh.
good.
Right, sweet. Let's everyone ready? Everyone in prime fighting position. Just in case shit goes south.
We'll be in combat range in about 30 minutes, but we'll need to... We are on direct course. We will need... Oh, wait, hang on. I called you out here before determining whether you're on a direct course or not. So, at this point, Elena says that with this approach, it's only going to be... you basically have to make a decision, on what kind of approach now, because you were either going to try and squirrel your way around and make it look like you're not coming for them, going straight towards them, or going straight towards them, which seems to be your intent here. So it is going to be about another hour and a half before you're in the unhindered communications range. Of course, you could start communications now if you wanted to, but that's a choice that you get to make.
I don't think we should talk now. I think we should just wait. Just, head towards them, see who tries to contact us.
Okay.
Be also interesting to see if anyone's on the lookout for them.
Okay. Sounds good. So, the marmoset continues its course, makes a direct path to the Void Eagle. All of you are asked to take stations appropriate to your various specialties. If any of you are particularly good with guns, aside from Marcus, then that's where she'll ask you to be, is on
Gunnery.
one of the 2 plasma cannons.
Yeah. I imagine I'd be the gunnery person. Oh, my last name.
Indeed.
The
And
Rogers.
yeah, that's fine. And probably actually firing one of the guns. Libra can probably fire the other one.
Huzzah.
And about a half hour before you reach combat range, unless you wanted to reach out to them before that, Void Eagle does hail the marmoset.
Greetings. How goes it?
Elena has moved over and given Marcus the podium.
Things going well?
This is Captain Joel Dawson of the Void Eagle. Yeah, they're going well. What honor do we owe this visit from Raza?
Well, it's about how well you're actually doing. Yeah. Had your last trip down there was pretty eventful. Came away with some good stuff, yeah?
Came away with some good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, what did you end up finding again? I don't have it up in front of me.
Now let me see here. Yeah. Look at something in front of him, and for reference, you are looking at someone that looks like the. And he reads off a list of things that match what was reported to Nemesis.
Yeah, pretty good haul, that. Pretty good haul. I like your previous hauls as well. I mean, you didn't strike out the park with anything, but you did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, we've had better.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Well, what's your best haul been then? Come on then.
He ponders for a moment and brings up a haul a couple weeks back, and seems to recall a few things of usable equipment and a couple of old Trin toys and knickknacks. Said that he and the boys had a good old time down memory lane, especially comparing against these strange alien toys. You know, all the people there are blue? Were blue.
Really?
I guess they're
Blue?
still blue. They all suffocated.
That one's in
Right.
poor taste.
Anyway, yeah, just thought we'd check on in.
Everything's good here. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, no worries. We'll come check in. No worries.
I almost wanted to shoot him just for that joke.
When you say checking in, what exactly you mean?
What?
I mean,
I've heard you got some pretty good goods.
It's just basically an audit, right?
Tulare actually brings up a good question. You were flying transponder off, but I made some assumptions that because you weren't trying to actually, avoid detection and get close to them without them seeing, that there was basically no roll against their passive scans.
Yeah, I mean, we already said we were approaching it as essentially representing the Raza pretty openly, right?
Yeah, you still didn't need to necessarily pull up or put on the transponder, because that's just attention that nobody wants in the sleeping dogs at all. Not just to you, but to everyone else. So you still don't have your transponder on, but they were able to pick you up on passive scans. You're in the region, so they were able to detect that.
And our, I guess our engine signature or whatever you want to call it was sufficient for them to identify us.
You did have him greet us as representing the Raza.
I haven't said who
That's
I
about-
am yet.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight or a notice check.
For
Alright.
whom is that?
Anyone really that wants to be paying close attention to how he's doing through this conversation.
Oh yeah, that's right up Oogie's alley.
Yeah.
Let me find the hold on
Notice
a
with
second.
wisdom, please.
I gotta
Nada.
remember my controls.
I'm too busy considering shooting him for the joke.
Alright, so here's my character sheet, and notice you said plus wisdom?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Huh, not my strong suit, actually. Up his alley in terms of thematics, but not the best stuff on my character sheets.
Womp womp.
Okay. I don't think that Archibald does not get anything, and I don't think that Oogie is able to definitively pick out any changes in behavior or anything that Captain Dawson has done or said that would necessarily lead him to believe necessarily lead him to any detail or piece of information. Basically, you got nothing, but I always leave it to you as a player to decide if the character thinks something was suspicious or not. Suspicious.
I'm just gonna say that Oogie doesn't like the vibe here. That, I mean, and not even just like the off-color joke. Just something about this situation doesn't seem on the level.
Yeah. Off
And that's
color
as far as he's gonna go. He's got a hunch that something isn't right here.
Well, like the part where we know there's something that's not right.
Well, I mean,
But something else.
right? Yeah, something else. We know that this guy, or we have as good of evidence as we can have that this guy is involved in smuggling.
Does he?
But yeah, Oogie doesn't pick up consciously on the fact that this guy knew we were Raza before he should have.
Mhm.
Does he keep nervous?
Yeah, but just something like he's got simmering in his subconscious mind somewhere that this guy knew we were coming, even if he can't acknowledge it.
Okay.
I'm also imagining, is he nervously looking back at the bulkhead? We faintly hear banging on it. Zombie ship.
That does not appear to be the case.
Damn.
All right. Now Ben, catch us back up. What was the last thing that Marcus had?
I said, yeah, we're just checking in, and then he was like, what do you mean by checking in?
Right.
Particularly things I don't know the Raza really does that particularly often.
What exactly do you mean by checking in?
Well, I heard you've got the goods, you know? You got the stuff that others just miss or just can't get their hands on.
No, no. Everything that we hauled in was reported to at Nemesis list.
Look, come on, you know your type, snitch, and stab each other in the backs. That way there's less competition. They can get the goods, because, you'll be tucked up with us for a bit. Look, we have to take their word on this, right? It's a fucking pain in the ass. I just want to be back on planet, out my mind on drugs right now, but you're getting in my way. Can we just get this over with? Get this shit done with, and I can go back planet side. Because look, some people said some shit. I just want to
So
deal
this
with
is
this,
one
get it
of
off my
them
plate.
search and seizures they warned us about.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck.
I think
Look,
I think the term is
someone tipped us
audit.
off. We have to take it at face value because if we don't, then it'll seen as corruption, favoritism, all this other bullshit. I just don't want to deal with right now. So just can we get this over with? I mean, because what? You fucking you report this shit, don't you? But some people have to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Send over some docking instructions to you.
Appreciate it, man. First we get this done with is perfect for me.
And he sends over some docking instructions. You're at this point about 15 minutes out. 15 minutes outside of combat range, that is, which ultimately means about 15 minutes away from actually docking with a ship also. And Armstrong looks up from... Actually, not Armstrong. Connor looks over from the pilot console, looks back at the pilot console, and does a quick hand gesture, flicks it up onto a main monitor in front of you, and the docking instructions are they're lacking coordinates, and basically in as clear a kind of staticky ASCII of coordinates and actual instructions is a screen that says go fuck yourself.
Yeah. At least it wasn't like, a trap.
I mean, that's what I was expecting.
And the Void Eagle is jetting towards Juno.
Seems like we should be trying to blow out their engines.
You have to chase them down first.
Good thing we're probably faster than them.
It is. Alright. Now let me put myself on this other page over here. Where'd I put that? There we go. Alright. The Void Eagle is in orbit around a gas giant. And they have I guess they don't need to turn. They have aimed their engines in a course that will take them into the atmosphere. If you let them get into the atmosphere and soak in it, you will lose a detection lock on them. So in addition to wanting to get close to be able to blow out their engines, you need to stay close so that you can keep them in your sights. Unless, of course, you want to lose them. That's always an option.
Pretty sure we don't want that.
Researching these guys.
Okay. Let me look at what Connor's pilot skill is.
Can he trim the
Is that
coals?
Lulu?
Yeah.
Right? Pretty sure it's +1.
I am pseudo here. I
Oh,
did
hi, Lulu.
Oh.
show up like 10 minutes ago.
All right. Well, good timing. Do you want to leave control over making those pilot checks to somebody else, or do you want to pop in and out when a roll is needed?
I'll pop in and out. I can be pseudo here a little bit more right now.
Okay. All right. Are you aware of the situation?
Let's see. We are confronting the Void Eagle. They are currently denying having any cargo. We are in orbit around a major gas giant that is generally used for these pirates to hide in, and if they start diving further into the atmosphere, we are going to lose them.
Yeah. It's not
I'm actually
immediate,
not
but
sure.
it is a risk.
I'm not actually sure what prompted the chase, though. 'Cause I was missing for that portion.
We basically told them we were auditing them, and they said, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a bad decision of them.
Well, let's
All right.
let's find out if it was. So this is going to be this is a skill challenge. It is not just for pilots. However, it is always going to include your ship speed. So, pulling up your sheet, your ship.
A speed of 4, a drive of 2.
Yes, only your speed is going to be added to this, but for every roll that you get to make in this skill challenge is going to be modified by that. Same thing for them, and their speed is lower than yours.
Got it.
Okay. I'll be making all these rolls as Joel Dawson. Let's see. Put him in some. Guess he
Why
can
is there a
go in.
million fucking hello worlds on here? Now that I noticed it
Wait, what?
I don't remember.
on the Roll20.
I have no idea why I did that.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, where are they?
Roll up.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it there. Okay. Are we supposed to have a space map up, or are we still looking at the ship?
The ship.
Yeah, we're still looking at the ship.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
No, the ship battle is basically gonna be theater of the mind because there's not really much in the way of positioning in space battles.
That's fair.
Yeah. That means. Let's see. You said our speed was 4.
Yes. So let's note that down. Here, I'll type it out for you.
I'm actually going to ask for an assist here, out of character. I am not tremendously familiar with the ship combat system, so I'm aware that we are all supposed to take one or more roles aboard the ship, and I'll be honest, I have no idea what role Oogie would gravitate to.
No worries. I'll actually go into that in more detail when we get to the ship combat part. Right now, we're just
see if we get to ship combat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, you're basically just chasing them, trying to close that gap so that you're in effective combat range. I mean, fictionally, you could start firing your plasma beams immediately, but with the soup of the gas giant, atmosphere extending out all the way into orbit, the distance, and various ECM, the chances of hitting somebody with plasma beams at this range are so low they don't fit on a D20.
For what it's worth, if the atmosphere is sufficiently thick enough, while this isn't as true for plasma beams as it would be for like lasers,
We're not getting into that.
All right, we're not getting into the dispersal of the atmosphere for the energy. All right, fine.
No.
Fine.
No.
You wanted me to. I was trying to help you give an explanation for why this was a good idea, Dax. But okay.
I'm not
fam.
used to that, Lulu. No, go ahead, please.
Yeah, because Space Master said done. He's
All right, but we're doing pilot.
You can. Again, this is a skill challenge, and basically, whatever skill you think is going to assist this entire ship, do several things. You need to maintain a lock on them, despite the interference from the gas giant, and a bit of metaspace signal interference, which is pervasive throughout the sector. You need to keep up with them. You need to keep the ship in top shape. So this isn't just pilot skill checks like is written in the book, and I should declare that this is not a rules as written chase. I find that incredibly boring.
I don't actually know what the rules as written for chases are.
Roll against each other, pilot versus pilot, over and over again, and each success gives the winner half the difference in time as their drive would give them in regional travel.
Okay.
It's a potential endless tug of war. That yuck.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Let's see.
So,
Speaking of skills, can Amaya do a skill here?
what would you like Amaya to do?
Redirect some auxiliary power into the engines to make us go fast.
Okay,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
absolutely. That sounds like a int fixed to
Punch
me.
myself over to engineering.
Mhm. Okay. And this is still a contested roll, just not as the book puts it. And if Amaya were a full expert, I'd let you re-roll, knowing the result of Joel's roll, Marmoset's roll.
I'm
But
the opposite. I'm a full warrior.
yeah.
I didn't know you rolled 18 fucking intelligence. That's pretty good. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some growth in there, if I recall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
My growth went into dexterity.
Oh, you rolled an 18 intelligence. Nice.
All right.
That is pretty good. So,
Well,
that takes us to a chase event. Let me. Hey, why do I have these on 2 different pages? Let's see. This is 5. Please. Oh. The Dropbox icon is preventing me from grabbing the drag handle. Damn you, Dropbox icon!
Robot house.
Alright. And so the other thing that I am doing here to make this more exciting than just a few dice roll is, and also more exciting than a succeed 3 times before you fail twice kind of skill challenge, is there's no hard limit on how many times you can miss this roll, but each roll is a sort of crisis event type situation.
for what it is worth,
Mhm.
Charlie did not add their the speed to that roll.
Oh, then that's actually a success.
Yeah.
That is a 12. Okay.
Or sorry,
I
not
didn't know
Charlie,
that I'd added there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Only for this.
I am glad I caught that.
Me too. Me too. I'd hate to rob you of.
Would that be where one includes the modifier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't type the plus. Just type 4 when you roll. So yeah. Why don't you give us a little bit of fiction, a little bit of narrative of what this does to the ship as Amaya is redirecting power.
Shakes and happens.
There's a bit of a click as power is moved out of something a little bit less useful. Say, the refrigerator. It's off now.
No.
What have you done?
I've spoiled the milk. That's what I've done here.
You know how hard that milk is to get?
But
You had to leave the cow back in Camiego.
after that, there's a bit of a rumble as the ship picks up speed.
It's the real victim here is going to be Ivan's beef stroganoff. Or I should say Ivan's spicy beef stroganoff. Because Ivan has only cooked spicy food since you guys got on the ship.
That's alright.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Beef stroganoff does have heavy cream in it, so yeah, that would just destroy it.
Yep.
It's alright. Other than the stupid fucking beef stroganoff song going through my head, it is okay.
I wasn't aware there was a beef stroganoff song.
It's...
I don't think anybody
Oh,
needed to be aware of that.
Well, here's the thing. It's not a beef stroganoff song. Because what they're making is not fucking beef stroganoff. I don't know what it is, but it's not beef stroganoff.
The song seems to have harmed you badly in the past, Lulu.
Oh, it did. It did. Here.
Suffice to say.
Alright, with that surge in power, you're easily able to keep up with the Void Eagle, and you've already closed almost the entire gap that they gained with their head start, that they grew with their head start. You're back to just 15 minutes behind. So how else do you want to push the marmoset to get into actual weapons range with them?
Ever greater heights.
Anyone else want to use one of their skills here? Because I've got a couple ideas, and it'll just going to depend on what we need to do to close in.
Best I've got is, or trying to get to shooting range is using my shoot skill to determine the best way for us to,
Tracking
intercept angles, essentially, or
Or maybe a atmospheric analysis of where actually you'd be able to shoot through that.
I don't think that would be under Archibald's skill set though.
I think it would still fall under shoot because you're not doing actual atmospheric analysis. You're basically just trying to figure out the consistency of the soup and if the spoon will go through it.
Yeah, sure. That's an interesting analogy.
The consistency of the stroganoff, and if the fork will go through it.
I'm not trying to.
Are we sure the fork is stroganoff for it?
Low clap.
Fantastic.
My girlfriend just told me to shut the fuck up. She didn't hear the context, but she did just tell me to shut the fuck up.
I mean, that's fair.
I think that's going to be the episode title, though.
Okay.
It
Is
has
the
been a
fork
wonderful
stroganoff?
campaign. I will
Yes.
see you on the next one.
Oh, what's that, Nox?
I guess not funny enough to repeat a second time.
Sorry.
No.
I said this has been a great game. I will see you guys in the Darkstar campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, and sorry, I still have a bad habit of player GMing, so I was not. I should step back. I was not trying to say, oh, but you could also do it this way. Sorry about that, Myogen.
No, I'm fine with the soup, the spoon through the soup.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I do have to calculate some stuff like that. It's just I don't know if I'd necessarily on the scale of a ship, Anyways, so shoot plus 4.
Mhm.
I guess I'll just make it intelligence because that makes more sense. Hey.
Oh no. Oh no. You are quickly closing the gap, and you're also.
So much for your plan with crises.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe.
You might just have to force us to have a crisis anyways.
I wouldn't do that. No, maybe.
Well, never. Not even a
Um,
smidge.
the sudden bursts of speeds have not gone unnoticed. There are other ships that are pinging you with active sensors. Nobody has hailed out yet, but those other ships in the region, all but one of them have now pinged you with active sensors to get themselves a better understanding of what's all that heat and energy and noise going on out there.
Commotion.
Commotion. All right, you guys have 2 successes. You need 3. Who's gonna bring this in?
All right. I think that at this point, with the boost of speed and the
Fork.
well, yeah, and the proper tracking
Potential.
angles we've got right now. Connor is bringing the ship to dive down through the soup and actually cut them off a little bit, forcing them to stall their engine to avoid just slamming into the ship and killing themselves. Because I think our ship's a little bit better to handle that than them. It's a little bit risky, but I'm betting on us being scarier than or being more scared of them running into us than we are running into them.
Okay, go ahead and give it a roll.
All right.
Playing some space chicken.
You know it. Not great. But I'm an expert, so.
Yep.
Keep telling yourself that.
see what they roll.
Let's see. Oh man, they got 111.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite right.
It is just an 11.
Weird.
Okay.
Just add
Let
an
me
extra
reroll then.
100.
Yeah. Oh.
What's a tie go to?
That is a great question. Who does tie go to?
PCs.
It does normally go to the PC. And I'll
Unless they
hold
wish
to
to
that.
take a crisis.
Yeah, I'll hold to that. You guys through. Oh, Lulu, you already gave us a bit of description, but do you want to describe how it goes down?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. The goal here is still to bring our weapons to bear to knock out their engine, correct? That is
believe so.
the core goal here.
I believe
Yes,
so.
because then we can use the boarding tubes.
Yeah. All right. So basically, like they're diving down into the atmosphere, and Connor's basically at the helm, looking at them start to fall into thicker and thicker atmosphere, and he's basically like, all right, if that's how you want to do it, let's see how you fucking handle this. And he like just drives the ship into like a steep dive, such that the actual gravitational inertia sort of briefly can't quite keep up in the ship, or the inertial dampers. So it is a very so people are being thrown around a little bit, and then like he actually dives past the free merchant there before rapidly coming up, almost as if like he's going right to ram them, and they like sort of freak and stall out their engines, swerving to avoid it, and leaving their engine completely exposed to our gun. All right, now give him a good shot.
All right, and with that, we've entered ship combat. Do you guys want to take a break now? We're about half hour from when we normally do. With the advantage of that being that I could use some of the break time, some of it, not all of it, to give Tulare and Ben a little bit of a rundown of how I do ship combat here.
Well, I'm going to quickly refill my drink, but I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a 15. If you're back in time for me to offer any explanation there, then we'll do it. Otherwise, we'll just do it on stream.
All right. Dex, I did want to ask you something.
What's
So we talked about how hacker actually applies to the social engineering aspect of hacking, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, would that just be basically like the cold calling to get like passwords and stuff, or would it also be if we're like actively infiltrating, talking our way past people so we can get to like servers and such?
No, I would constrain it a little bit more than that to the cold calling, the social engineering. There may be some aspects of the infiltration that can be linked to hacking, so I don't want to put too fine a definition onto it. But for the most part, I think I would still limit it to something that is directly going towards the hacking.
Would something like doing that old scheme of like walking up in like the uniform of like some technician company that the company often contracts to, and basically saying, yeah, let me in, I'm just here to fix the whatevers.
Oh yeah, I think I'd allow that.
Okay. Just making sure.
Provided they have poor security practices.
Well, if they've got good security practices, then we'll just treat that with a higher difficulty. Or
Yeah.
the possibility of them saying, no, you're not on the list.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's sometimes alarming how well certain things work, and sometimes alarming how well certain things wouldn't work in real life.
Oh, it's always alarming how well certain things would work.
It's like it's always like security is either a lot better than you'd think it'd be, or security is so much worse than you'd think it'd be.
60% of the time, it works every time.
There was a back when the active shooters scare was kind of at its peak, as far as getting training out to government agencies, schools, all that stuff. We had a presentation done by the sheriff's department of our county, and he walked into the meeting room, revealed that he'd been in the building all day. Nobody had issued him any kind of badge or anything to get in. Like this was all obviously arranged previously by management, so he wasn't there uninvited. But management specifically didn't issue him a badge, I'm guessing. Anyways, it was all part of his story, and he just started pulling weapons out of his clothing in various areas that none of us would have seen were there until he started pulling them out.
I mean, it's kind of like penetration testing, really. It's like,
yeah,
just you have someone do that, and if presumably they should be brought to at the very least brought to or whatever policy says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, turns out they don't.
Yeah, you look confident enough that you're supposed to be there, and that's the 3d6 you get from hacker.
I guess the other thing there I'd want to ask is so sneak, right? It says it's for it also is applied to like disguise and infiltration stuff. Would you be able to roll sneak if you're doing that sort of thing, or would it have to be talk?
No, I've let people use sneak for basically kind of subterfuging your way past a social situation.
Okay. That is what I wanted to make sure of when I'm, like grabbing like my foci and such.
Yeah, no, I'm
'Cause
pretty
I was-
sure I've done that.
I think so.
Yeah. Because I was thinking of like grabbing just like the first level of hacker because there's a lot of like pilot focused stuff I want, and while in general the be able to access any system part is useful for program, it's also like not something I can see Connor have actually been having a focus on.
It's useful, but it's also very niche. It would have come up like I think 3 or 4 times in the entire 85 sessions. Sorry, 74 sessions, 75 sessions
Right.
that we had Nemesis.
Yeah, so it's like, well, maybe just getting specialist programs more useful because like Connor is probably a lot better at doing like the scans and ship-based programming stuff than he is at actual hacking,
Mm-hmm.
because that's his background. He's not like Nemesis. He can do that stuff because he's had a lot of experience with ship computers and getting around ship computers, but he's not like
Not
a
like where
trained.
Nemesis was a dedicated hacker.
Right, he's
Yeah.
a ship guy.
Yeah, dipping into comms and pilot.
Yeah.
Or bridge.
I also grabbing some sneak too. So like he is the infiltrator guy, or I'm building him to be the infiltrator guy, but his like main thing is the helm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
Well, I have no idea what Max is going to do in this combat.
And they look pretty.
let's
Wait, don't you have telekinesis?
actually talk about that a little bit.
Oh, you mean the ship combat part?
Are you with us, Tuller?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So, I don't change ship combat too much from rules as written. I deliberately want it to be as close to rules as written as possible so that I can actually assess if I like rules as written. The only thing that I do is I think I define a couple things. So, each department needs to have somebody that is good there, whether it's a PC or an NPC. If it's an NPC heading that department, then there will be a PC in control of that department and that NPC's decisions. I always want the players to be making those decisions and not sitting back, just letting me decide what the NPCs do. It's just that you're going to be rolling the NPC skill checks instead of your own. Unless there is something that your character can do with that department, or as a going above and beyond, you can use your own skills to do something there. And basically, I guess it gives you both sets of skills to work with.
Actually, Marcus will go engineering, but
Yeah.
I will control an NPC.
Okay. So then Marcus is well, Marcus and Amaya are both good with engineering. Who's better?
Max has no engineering.
Oh, no engineering. Sorry, I thought you said that he does.
He's going engineering just because he's a TK and can hopefully move shit around for people.
Okay. Let's put you in charge of a different department though, because
Yes.
Nox has good
Actual engineering
fixed
skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start moving people. I know that Connor's going bridge, right? You're sticking with that? Okay, not doing comms. Alright, Armstrong is going to be put the NPCs at the top here.
Armstrong is comms.
Yep.
Historically.
Historically. If somebody's better at it, then
For
that's
what
fine.
for what it is worth, if there's a point where you actually want me to do like a comms check, because I did grab program or specialist program, because that's kind of what I was making sure of, because I haven't really rolled anything yet.
Okay.
If you actually want me to make a comms check that you'd want me to be better, or that I'm better at than Armstrong, we can always swap departments at the beginning of the turn.
Yes. So, does Marcus have any skills that would
Nope.
lend to? Okay. So then,
Time to be the
he-
captain.
He literally talk. Look, I'll tell you, he has heal, talk, connect, and psychic abilities.
okay.
That's it.
So which NPC would actually hang on? Let me hit two later. Does Uki have any skills that would make him a better fit for actual captain or actual comms?
I mean,
I don't think so, because those would be primarily talk,
lead.
lead, and program. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
I mean, I have talk.
Okay.
I was at +1 as well, but I thought it was lead. That's
It
right
is.
for-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm gonna ask each of you to mark one of the NPCs, Elena and Armstrong, with your color. Ben, you've got a kind of a bluish color, and Tulare, you've got a color.
green.
By mark, when I say marking, I mean click on their token. There's a little radial menu that comes up. Click on the one that looks like an orb. And there's actually a color that almost exactly matches Tulare's. It's a color.
Hooray.
And this is how I also do NPCs when you guys get into combat and you have NPCs on your side. Is I just want you to mark the color of the NPCs that you're controlling. I'm going to roll the initiative for them, and when their turn comes up, whoever's color that is controlling that NPC. I don't like to control allied NPCs in any kind of combat, really.
All right, Ben, do you have a preference?
Nope.
In that case, I will take Armstrong on comms.
Yeah.
I don't have access to Armstrong's.
Let me see what I've done there. Ah, yes, Armstrong is one of the old NPCs that had control. Back when I had a whole bunch of universe players in here, and I felt reluctant to give control to all players. There you go.
Armstrong settings.
Oh, you shouldn't need to go into
Yeah.
settings.
What's that?
You shouldn't need to go into settings. So just
Um,
click Armstrong. You may have to click him again if you already clicked him once. And there's a little circle below their token.
Right.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
What do you know?
And Ben, if you do the same thing for Elena with the bluish color.
I cannot select her, unfortunately.
Oh, she's an older NPC. Okay, my bad.
No problemo.
None of these actually match, so I'll just go with yellow. Close enough.
All yellow.
That's pretty close. Elena should be fixed for you, Ben.
Thank you very much, sir.
Indeed.
Back when I was playing Charlie in the old campaign, I just put the ninja icon on people because I was a sneak expert.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking for other options here that would go along with either my icon or with my character. You know, either my personal icon or my character icon. But there's no cherries. There's no cowboy hat. I would love to put a cowboy hat on Armstrong. That'd be great. All right, so in this situation, we are role-playing these characters as well, to the extent that there is role-play during these scenarios.
If you're up for that, you don't have to. I'm happy to handle the roleplay. I'm just leaving the actual mechanical and tactical stuff to you.
All right, I'll try to do a little bit of both. Armstrong, they, them.
Mhm.
Socially awkward, possibly autism spectrum. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That is our best guess, anyway.
Unfortunately, I haven't done those 3 traits that I had you guys do, or the 5 traits for Armstrong, because Armstrong just kind of emerged naturally. So I haven't gone back and written them down, but you've got it. Armstrong is very algorithmic. If you've seen kind of a stereotype or archetype for speed cubers, Armstrong fits within that also.
Okay.
Does not think outside the box very well. Likes algorithms.
Logic.
And with Elrada there, I believe all of them now are accessible to all of you. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, you should be able to click on every one of the NPCs and do that. Let's see, what is Nox's color? We'll go ahead and color the rest of these folks here. Kind of a purplish. Do you prefer purple or pink there, Nox?
I'll go with purple.
Yeah, purple. And then Nemesis is clearly green. Alright, NPCs have been designated. I may as well have just left all of this not on break and in the frame, because I'm probably going to keep it all as mechanical explanation. I'll just have to remember that. We're back, and the Marmoset has just gotten into weapons range with Void Eagle through some deft maneuvering and analysis of the atmosphere, what you can and can't fire through, and a bit of an overdrive. Now, can't exactly say that Void Eagle wasn't expecting this, so we do still have to roll initiative, and that is going to be rolled by your pilot.
Yep. Let's see. Do I add speed to that? I am
No,
not
you
actually
cannot.
sure.
Initiative
Okay,
for
is-
ship is just a D8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Or intelligence. Dex or intelligence.
Ships, I can't remember if there was a distinction made about that. Is your intelligence higher?
No, they're exactly the same.
Okay, then we won't worry about it for now. I'll look it up later.
Okay.
I vaguely recall there being some slight differences for initiative with ships. NPCs always only roll a d8. They don't get either intelligence or dex because they don't have intelligence or dex. As befitting the situation that brought you here, you go first. Tuller, are
Okay,
you?
yeah, it says it does say at the very start, Dex. Each roll is 1d8 modified by the intelligence or dexterity modifier of the pilot.
Okay. Tuller, are you completely unfamiliar with the ship combat? I think that's what you said.
You are muted in Discord if you're trying to speak. Boogie
No, you
boogie.
still have the ship combat thing. So it'd be nice if, how do you open that in your new tab? There we go.
Ship combat thing.
Yeah, and under the rules in the journal.
Oh,
I think that's still pretty much accurate, right?
I forgot I put that there.
Might be kind of nice if it was actually just, in text like the others,
Oh, yeah.
rather than the picture. But you can pop it out into another tab
That'll work.
if you just, do a thing.
Oh, I see
Right
that.
click on the image and then open like a new tab or new window. That way you can have it up while also
Right.
in a legible form. The problem is that the image gets shrunken too much by roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to pull up the original image by clicking on it, but then you can't interact with roll 20.
I also have a question when there's a moment.
Yeah. Go ahead.
How do we access the NPC's character sheets so that I can see what it is that I'm rolling when I have to roll for Armstrong?
So now that you've actually been given access, you should be able to hold down Shift and double-click on Armstrong.
Well, wait. Oh, wait. Wrong. I drew on the map by mistake.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's a bannable offense.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. I could probably erase that somehow. There
Don't
we
worry
go.
about it.
Dex can also delete it.
Yeah. That all goes away
It's-
at various points, anyways.
Quite harmless.
Hardly an
Maybe we could throw
inconvenience.
the ship combat rules into a Discord channel and just call it ship combat rule, and it'd just be that image.
I could probably end up doing that.
I don't know. I just have the book open, but
Oops. I don't want to switch it over to a PC sheet. Armstrong does not get the PC benefits.
I'm just trying to look at it here. I can't.
What are you trying to do?
Are you looking for skills?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's just a generic skill roll in the top right under quick rolls.
Yep.
Because they don't actually have specific skills. It's basically, are they skilled or are they not?
Yeah.
right. So Armstrong, there's a quick rolls menu at the top right, just below the quick menus that you clicked.
I see it now.
You see the skill there. Anytime Armstrong is rolling something that matches those two little blurbs there, Armstrong gets to roll that. You can name the skill whatever you want, as you saw I was doing. And when you get to the input value, proficient or not, if it matches those two blurbs, proficient, and whatever modifier there is.
So yeah, like that.
Attention
Okay.
to attention. Good name. Also, I totally forgot Libra has a leadership skill, but just need to get a fighter for Libra at some point.
Okay. So, Tulair, are you familiar at all with how combat runs, ship combat runs?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I've never run one myself, though. That's
Alright.
the key thing here.
Ben, are you familiar with ship combat?
Yes.
Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier. Ben is going to be deciding for Elena who's going first. The captain can't tell anyone what to do. The captain can only decide what order the departments are acting in. Yeah. 1 second here. Image. I am putting this into rules.
So you just got 2 weapons, but that still means fire all weapons is the way to go.
And pin. And then delete the pin message. That is unnecessary.
Trying to remember, firing weapons, they get the attack bonus, right?
They
of
do.
the NPC. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Libra has an extra +1.
Alright, so let's dive right in and we'll do explanation as they come up. I guess I didn't need the turn order.
Wait, aren't some of you people full warriors?
Oh, yeah, I guess I am a full warrior.
Yeah, like
Yes, sir.
you know, we can just target their engines and then have you use your auto hit warrior thing to just auto hit their engine, right?
That's a good point. I did forget about that.
Because it feels like cheating.
Don't worry, they
When
can
you use
take
your
card sheets.
abilities?
What's
Yes.
I said,
Using
don't
your
worry, they
abilities.
can take crises to say
Yeah,
to
negate
nope
it.
the yes.
Yeah, but we've got like multiple warriors. We can just keep doing that.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can. You just have to build up enough action points or command points before you get to gunnery.
Yep.
I will say, Amaya will not use a gun, so the ship gun is out. Maybe if you had like a big ship knife.
We
We're
could
gonna get
ram
Outlaw.
them.
We're gonna get Outlaw Star in here. Get little arms on the ship.
Oh, like a lathe.
I love those.
I've never actually watched All Star.
Basically, they have ships. They have ships with the grappler arms, and they would, basically literally grapple with other ships.
I see. Yeah, that sounds like
I
something.
mean, just think of it as you're firing a remote fist at them.
I don't think we have time to convince Amaya to use weapons.
Yeah, no problem.
It's fine. Missiles technically are not guns.
All right. So,
Yeah, okay, come on.
We don't
what
have.
is Elena's first direction there? What what department is acting first?
Engineering! Make sure power's routed for the weapons!
Great accent, great voice. I love it.
I'm doing it different than Marx's, look.
Okay. And we skipped over this part in brief because it sounds like you guys were all pretty much on the same page. Your plan is basically just to build up action points or command points and blow out their engines, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Firm!
So gunnery can expect to go last, with everyone else either doing their duty to get one command point or going above and beyond to get more, or if-
being the captain and supporting department.
right, or going rogue and just doing whatever you want anyways.
Always
Yep.
a choice.
So engineering with Amaya. What is how does Amaya want to engineer?
Well, they're gonna go ahead and fix the change made earlier, get power back to the kitchen area, and drop the extra power to engines. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my duty.
Okay.
Do I make a roll?
No, for doing your duty now.
Excellent.
1 point.
Yeah, remember, what was it? The first time we did ship combat, we were at +3 skills, so it's like, wow, there's just like no reason not to go above and beyond. But now
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
now it's like
At
you
level
get
1 above
+1
and beyond
command
is
point.
Yep.
kind of a risk. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Who's acting next, Captain?
Pilot, make sure we're in position!
Aye, aye, Captain. All right.
Does pursue target,
What's that?
and he chooses pursue target.
Yeah. You asked. But no.
Actually,
Let's
you can
see.
anyway, so
I
I guess we only
think-
got one command point, right?
We've only got one command point so far. What I'm actually going to do, let's see, what other departments do we have? We've got the captain, we've got me, and then we've got
Pretty much got Captain,
comms.
Comms, and Gunnery to come up next.
So if comms does its duty, we'd get 2. If I do my duty, we'd get 3, which is enough to target systems and then fire 1 weapon. Plus whatever the support department gets, which might get another fire weapon.
You've got to remember, we have 2 guns.
We have 2 guns?
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 plasma beams.
I thought we only had 1.
Unless
No,
it's
we have
on the
2,
sheet.
but we're basically. I mean, we need 6? Do we need
No,
6?
don't
to
worry,
shoot
don't
twice?
worry. You've got the captain.
Oh yeah.
The,
so we
the
need
gunnery
4.
action we're going to take is target systems, though, isn't it?
We
Target
need to take-
systems then
we-
can do
you
You have to
firewall
target
for-
systems, and then you have
Don't
to
worry,
fire a
guys.
weapon.
Just don't worry.
Well, I
Your
mean,
captain will lead you
Yeah.
to safety.
Hang on, let
Yeah,
me jump in here.
We'll math it out once we get there, because there's nothing else we're gonna do about it anyways.
So Tulare, the target
Either we have
systems
numbers or we don't.
just makes it so that your Fire 1 weapon action is targeting a specific system. It's an add-on to the Fire 1 weapons action.
Right, so that we have multiple weapons, if we are trying to target systems, is kind of pointless.
Yeah. And Lulu, I think you were fading in and out when this came up, but the default free merchants in my sector have a bit, well, all default ships in my sector have a bit more oomph, because at the time that they were built by the Nox had all their advanced schematics and tech that basically gave everyone a drive 2 for free.
Rest
Okay.
in peace, Nox.
In that case, I'm actually going to go. I think I'm going to go above and beyond and actually apply my programming skills to this one, because we are basically going through the depth of the soup, right? And I am at the helm. So what I can do here is like run through the calculations to like actually. One, get to a point that's slightly more dispersed atmospherically, as well as
Showboat.
Not showboat so much as like give us the exact right targeting position to like pierce through the atmosphere to actually strike them with the plasma weapons we have available.
Okay.
Is that acceptable, Dexter?
It is. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to roll for it.
Our starship will pierce the soup.
Soup and
That succeeds.
so above and beyond gives 1 plus your skill, right?
It does.
All right, so that's 2.
That's up to 3 total. Maybe we can shoot twice.
All right. Captain, who's going next?
Comms, try to, deal with their targeting systems, making sure that, can't get a lock on us.
Firing
Oh, no,
solution.
no, it'll be the opposite. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. No, we want the firing solution on them.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fine.
I was gonna say that sounded like Elena just gave Armstrong the order to crash their systems.
Please don't.
You do have this power, but yeah, it is true. Armstrong only only really does well with clear instructions. I do think Marcus may have screwed up.
We'll give Ben the benefit of.
No, we've got 3 points right now, right?
We do.
Yeah.
Is Elena giving Armstrong a instruction to crash their systems, or is
No, because I'm not in control of that NPC. I'm not taking that.
right? But
away.
Armstrong is one who generally does exactly as they're told, and Elena does know that. So what is the effect that you wanted to occur from Armstrong?
Well, we could defeat ECM, which would make it easier to hit the engine, and then I give the -2 to the shoot, and therefore we'd have enough to target systems and shoot.
Okay, so you'd basically...
That is an option, though I will remind you again that we do have the warrior thing going on here.
I know, but we can save it.
Yes,
We can
because
save it.
if we
That
go
is true.
on
We will-
board
we
them,
will also
I
need-
presume
yeah.
it is the same scene.
It's up to you.
That's fine. Out of the
Presume
way.
Dexter
What is-
declares
what-
it the same scene if we board them.
No, this is a new scene.
No, but I mean, if we were to
Oh,
board
if
them.
you were to board them, yes, that would also be a new scene.
I was taking that as a continuing scene.
I
Yeah.
would I do consider that a new scene.
It's
Unlike these
subsequent scene.
combat rounds that last 15 minutes but is all one scene, when you board them, I'm considering that a new scene.
See, I was trying to save you your abilities for then, but if that doesn't matter,
Nope.
then yeah.
It's a worthwhile
Okay, so-
consideration, and definitely something to think of. When you're facing down a ship larger than a free merchant, and you know that there's like 20 Union soldiers on board.
It
Yeah,
it
in
is
this
worth keeping in mind that we are very, very strapped for CP here. So whether it is worth taking an extra action and not being able to generate CP with that person is definitely a concern.
In which case, Armstrong can do whatever he wants. Armstrong has free reign. Or in this case.
So that
Armstrong can do whatever they want. Well, Armstrong has not been given clear instructions, and therefore Armstrong is going to default to simply doing their duty.
Okay.
They're going to observe that the atmospheric interference from flying through the upper atmosphere of a gas giant is interfering with the sensors and making it difficult to maintain a clear lock on the ship, and therefore is going to be applying various adaptive algorithms to compensate for interference from the planetary atmosphere, doing their duty for +1 command point.
Okay. Captain, who's going next?
The captain.
Okay.
I believe in you, Gunnery. Hit him right where it hurts.
That's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
So wait, is the captain going next or is Gunnery going next?
No, the
She's-
captain's going next, and I'm supporting you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit him where it hurts.
All right. So we got 4 command points. So it's
Uh-huh.
1 and then 2, but 2 of those are free.
Well, we've got 4 command points and then 1 free -2 CP to an action.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
you've got a free shot and then 4 command points.
Yeah.
So,
So I can only target systems once then.
No, should
no,
go
you
do
can
it
target.
twice.
Yeah, you can use it twice and then fire a weapon twice.
Can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll use all of Com's command points to target systems,
Right.
and then all of Bridges' command points to shoot the weapon, and then you use all of Engineering's
Oh,
command points.
right. You know, it's funny. I mapped this out earlier. Okay, so we'll just go and do the first. Yeah, so target systems fire 1 weapon twice.
Okay.
I guess Archibald will take the first shot since I can do the guaranteed shot thing.
Okay.
You can. Might as well roll first though, see if you actually need it.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, my attack bonus is much less than Libra's.
Minus
So
4.
my bonus is 1. Oh yeah, -4. So what? That's -3 total. Right.
Yep.
Wait.
See what their armor class is. Their armor class is actually 1 higher than that. Huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
free merchants have a lot of AC.
Yes, they do. So that
Difficult bugger
as
to hit.
itself is not going to hit.
All right. In that case, I guess I'll have to use my automatic hit.
All right.
We'll go ahead and do it.
As expected, the Captain Joel Dawson does take on a crisis to avoid that hit. Crisis is target decalibration. Gunnery computers are hopelessly confused and cannot lock the ship's weaponry on a target until the crisis is resolved. Your shot strays just enough from trying to take out their engines, and effectively lances through some necessary computer infrastructure for targeting. You can see that their weapons are askew.
They're all wobbling around like can't get target.
Yeah, they're
And I
basically
guess-
T-posing.
And I guess the next shot I can have Libra take, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's just go ahead and do that then.
All right.
They've got a 4, -4, but then Libra also has an extra +1 for ship weapons. So that should balance out to a +1 total.
And Libra brings it home as a NPC ship. I'm not as an NPC-free merchant ship. I'm not inclined to let them take more than 1 crisis in a round, and so That brings their drive down from a 2 to a 1.
Yeah. And then
They
second
also do
goes
take
right.
half that damage, Dex.
They do also take half that damage.
Which
little pew pew.
we might end up accidentally killing them before we can actually bring their engine down, because I do not think
Wow.
free merchants have that much HP.
It's
Actually,
fine.
put them on the.
They'll have to surrender first.
They're yeah. I mean, they're free to surrender first.
Yes, they are.
But yeah,
All right.
that is our turn.
That brings it to the Void Eagle's
Matt's
turn.
just going to quickly get on comms and say, "Look, we're just looking for a check-in." And that's it. He's just going to broadcast that message to him.
Well, and that just makes it sound like we're creepy or evil or something.
You get a quick message back from Dawson. I know what you want. Fire everything. What do you? And it turns off.
What do you mean we can't fire everything?
What do you mean we can't fire anything?
All right, coming your way is a Crash Systems.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
This is opposed by Armstrong, is that correct?
that's
Mhm.
correct.
End program. Who will
And if-
win?
And if they fail, Armstrong systems crash.
That
And
checks out.
just generically, Armstrong is getting a +2 to this roll, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Armstrong observes dispassionately. They're attempting to interfere with our systems, trying to counteract the effort right now.
Then shut up and do it.
I didn't know to
Wait,
subscribe to Audible.
that didn't work.
Is it asking for a modifier or something?
Oh, there it is. It popped it up where I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it'll do that to you.
Proficient.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the 2 because as long as you say that Armstrong is proficient, it'll include that. And Armstrong handily shuts that down. You want to give me any description of that?
What was the nature of the attack?
So the nature of the attack is that the Void Eagle is sending garbage data at the Marmoset, but it's not just any garbage data. The Void Eagle is actually being reasonably intelligent about this. Their comms person is competent. That's about all you can really say about them. They're not good. They're competent. They are sending garbage data that mimics the or is similar to the atmospheric interference, making it seem like there's more interference here that your computer would have to compensate for, which would take up computing
Okay.
and command cycles.
I got it. Status report, Captain. They attempted a denial of service attack, covertly disguising the signal as atmospheric interference. I noticed what they were up to, and I have managed to shut down their attempt. For now, the computer systems are safe.
Elena responds, less detail next time, Armstrong. Good work.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and they're also going to attempt to capitalize on that extra data. If they can't crash you with it, they're at least going to try and gird themselves in it. They're attempting to censor Ghost. Meowkin, we can hear you
Sorry.
walking?
Yeah, sorry. I should have muted.
Okay, no
I
worries.
had to feed the cats, but
Gotcha.
I have wireless.
Alright. Where am I? Oh, because I'm on the wrong. Go Dawson. Roll him another skill. Skill. That is not going to make it. They do not get a bonus to their AC. You're up. I mean, not like you guys have moved to Europe. It's your turn.
No. Maybe I'll try and do a Russian accent now.
You know what? No. You're
not
fine.
because I totally forgot which accent I was doing previously. Totally not because of that.
I don't think it was so much an accent as a cacophony of
Mannerisms.
deep voice trying to be high pitched. All right, Captain, you've got the Void Eagle down 1 pip on their engine. 1 more good hit will disable them. What are your orders?
Engines, you know what to do.
And we're back. All right, Nox on engineering.
I'm still gonna have to go for the doing my duty here.
Okay.
As for what I'll do, fuck. I
That's
guess I'm just
not
going
exactly
It's gonna help.
your duty, no.
to. Yeah, no. I need to figure out a different placeholder word.
Go ahead and fuck them engines right up.
You don't have to
Probably
get
doesn't help that my initial thought was to relubricate the pistons so that we could get the fuel in a little better.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to go crazy with description for do your duty. It's above and beyond that. We really need some kind of fantastic narrative, but do your duty is something that you could, if you can't think of anything else, simply say Amaya and Quiet River do the engineering thing.
Okay.
They do the stuff for
But,
the engine and stuff.
In the meantime, enjoy that fresh piston lube.
You know, I don't think that this is out in the weeds, but I think engines in the future probably won't have pistons. I don't think that we'll be on combustion.
But they do love that lube.
It's the strangest thing to me that my electric car does not have oil.
Yeah.
Does not need an oil change ever. I'm like, what? How is this
Nope.
possible? But
I'm
paid
not
for
sure
it,
how
honestly.
electric.
The car is heavier all the time.
I'm genuinely not sure how electric car engines work.
Just
yeah.
an electric motor.
I guess the oil is
The
just
universe moves
for
around it.
the combustion engine part of it, not for all the other moving parts. Anyways, who's next, Captain?
Armstrong, good job on defeating the DDoS. You know, just do whatever you want now, alright? You've got free reign, total free reign.
Oh no.
Armstrong boots up Minesweeper and. No, I mean, Armstrong continues to maintain a steady presence at the comms, keeping adequate but unspectacular sensor readings of all of the various features around us.
Okay. Who's next?
Well, it's gonna be Bridge.
You got, yeah.
I'm trying to
Bridge.
think of what to say though. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't have anything witty. Bridge, you'll go.
That's fine by me. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to. This time, I'm just going to do my duty and keep pace with them.
Okay.
Music a little loud.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's done that down.
Bit better.
Hang on. I am still hearing the other background music. That's annoying.
Reap.
Haven't rolled 20. Hang on, let me.
Why you like this?
There.
We can't
All
keep
music
doing
stopped.
this roll 20.
Oh. There we go. Sound. Alright. Yes. Bridge has just gone and done duty. That leaves Captain and Gunnery next. Obviously, Captain wants to go first.
Hit him where it hurts.
Well,
Now Gunnery.
Alright.
All right.
And you have a -2 on one action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do target. We're gonna target the engine once, but that should be enough. Oh wait, I guess I could. Yeah. Well, whatever. We'll have to go with it.
You want to target their drives first, or you want to just fire at them first?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess presumably they would take the crisis if they're hit normally too, right?
yeah.
I don't know. That might be a little meta, but
Man.
Hey, you
But
can always
yeah.
justify it as a trying to divert their attention.
Okay, then we'll do that. Then we'll just do a regular shot at their ship, and then we'll do the target the drive for a second.
Okay. Who's rolling the regular attack?
Libra. Libra's gonna fire both of these if that's all right. Because Archibald realized that she is overall a better shot.
Almost like she's an android designed for combat.
I know,
It's almost
right?
like we're all level 1.
That too.
Yes, also that.
All right. Go ahead and make her attack.
Anyways, yep. So this is the regular shot.
Oh.
Wow. Well, regardless, we still got to target the engines.
Yep.
Second shot. Be at a +1 instead of a +5. Of course, that one hits, no problem. It's low damage though, so that's actually not bad. Even if they just take a crisis, we're not. Actually, no. I guess the damage doesn't really matter. No, I guess, but they'll have to take a crisis unless they want their engines to be completely
Right.
destroyed.
They have to take a crisis on this one. Yeah. It's very likely they also would have taken a crisis to avoid 11 damage since they were at 15.
Yeah.
So right now the cat shooters, what's going to be next?
So they can't shoot you. They're going to try the exact same set of actions.
What crisis are they
what's-
taking, Dex?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they got another
crisis.
crisis to take.
Oh, you actually want me to roll that? You want me to know what it is that they take?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
2.
No. I mean, it depends where it's stored. No.
Cargo loss. With the layout.
Oh, that took me a second.
with the layout of the Void Eagle and Dawson's pilot, the Void Eagle's pilot, juking after that last plasma beam strafed by, and juking just out of the way of the second one, almost. The plasma beam lances through, just almost cutting the engine off, but does sever the cargo bay doors of the Void Eagle, and you see, well, your sensors pick up what basically look like a shrapnel grenade, flying up into the orbit of Juno.
The graphical representation of this that the computer recreates for us, and Oogie kind of standing behind Armstrong watching as all this goes on. He reaches out. You can actually see him in like slow motion reach out longingly towards the screen. No, that beautiful cargo going down the drain.
Yeah, point of order, Dex. That's not what happens.
It's not resolved by the end of next round. Lose 2d10. Yeah, or d10 times 10% of the ship's cargo. No, that's still what happens. I'll simply decide how much of the actual valuable cargo that is.
They're not going to be addressing that crisis.
They're not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's not the end of next round until like after our following turn and their following turn.
Mm-hmm. But this is still what you see in the fiction now. I'll deal with the mechanics of it next round.
Okay.
Just the random metals
It's-
just flying out. It's like, oh. Okay, that
It's
is
an
now their turn.
An inevitability.
Basically, Lulu, if you'd like to know the mechanics of it, I am giving them that D10 times 10%, 50% chance that the cargo that does leak is the stuff that you want.
Okay. I think I was mostly just like, well, that's not happening for another half an hour, though.
Our mission doesn't require that we actually like come back with the stuff, right?
Would prefer.
What? Well, now.
But yeah, go on, it's their turn. What they're doing.
Alright,
They can't shoot. Shit's flying out the bar.
with that, it's Choom. I said they're going to take the exact same actions. They're not. They are trying
Feel free
to
surrender.
dunk and roll. So we've got them trying to bump their AC with evasive maneuvers. No, they can't get that together. And they're still trying to do it with clogging up your electronic tracking with countermeasures. Hey, their armor class is increased by 1 this round.
Huzzah! I mean, we know it could make a difference.
Could make a difference. Alright, you are in your 3rd round of combat. Starting your 3rd round of combat here, you see bits of cargo leaking out of that gash in their bay door. And it's just starting to create a little debris field in orbit. Armstrong's calculations, the debris at least, will not just dive into the
Bridge, make sure to move out the way of the debris, or I want Gunnery to have a clear shot.
I got you, Cotton.
Alright. So sounds like Bridge.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing my duty.
Alright. Who's next?
Now I'll go to engineering. I don't have anything witty to say.
Alright, engineering.
Mari's going to maintain her duty here.
2 command points.
Do your duty.
Who's next?
Comms now.
Oh, whoops. Wait.
Alright.
What does Elena instruct Armstrong to do?
Actually, because we don't know this shit.
Armstrong, make sure we don't detect the goo in that.
What?
Okay. Elena is asking Armstrong to determine if the goo is in the cargo that has been ejected.
Okay.
Yes, because we don't know that yet.
So here's one of the things. Like, I don't know how that fits into the combat system. Would that be? I mean,
I'd call it above
could that
and
be?
beyond.
I was gonna say, could that be dealing with a crisis? It's the result of a crisis.
It could be dealing with a crisis also. Yeah, so to give you options, it could be either do your duty or above and beyond with the data that Elena is gathering, or it could be deal with a crisis, giving you guys the information so that you can actually stop and pick it up.
Take the appropriate action. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Armstrong is going to engage sensors to see if we can determine whether or not this viral agent is in the ejecta.
Okay.
Is that going to be? Hold on a second.
The jetsam.
I had to look up. I couldn't remember which one was which. Flotsam, or no?
Was it ejected or? So jetsam was ejected versus flotsam as it fell over. So fell off. I guess it'd be flotsam.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
So yeah, Armstrong is going to try to determine if the viral agent is amidst the flotsam, and so I'm. So give me a second here.
And because this is following a direct order, Armstrong gains a +1 bonus on that. Remember, don't include the plus when you write that into the modifier, just the number.
Oh, it's just +1. Okay.
Yeah, because it's so broad. It's just, you can basically tell Armstrong, and then it's an order, and...
Efficient, yes. Modifier 1.
Okay. Yeah. Armstrong is able to perform some scans over the next period of time here, over the next few minutes. And on a 1 through 5, the viral agent is in there. It is. It has Armstrong registers several of those tubes that have come rolling out, and is even able to get close enough combat pictures. Is able to basically narrow the cameras and zoom in enough that Sonny can tell none of them are cracked. On closer inspection, for those who have time to make an inspection, anyone can see that none of them have cracked. And Armstrong cleanly marks and maps out 6 tubes.
Okay.
The tubes have been released. Good work, Gallery. Keep it up.
I can't tell if these are words or not.
So this feels like a stupid question, but how does a ship scoop up floating stuff in space? Or is that just something we're like, that's just something that ships can do, and we be done with it?
Anything from Elite Danger is very tedious.
I think we have to stop and send people out to grab them, and then
yes. It would basically put you in a different situation. If you wanted to do that immediately, the Void Eagle would escape.
But it's also not going to go anywhere. I mean, we just put a pin on our map, right?
Yeah, Armstrong has also calculated
probably in a decay. Yeah.
No, calculated its trajectory. It'll maintain this orbit for at least several hours.
Long enough for them to conduct repairs if they can.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Would that be long enough for them to conduct repairs if they have the capability?
The Void Eagle, yes, it would.
Okay.
Are you saying the Void Eagle will maintain that orbit, or the tubes will?
The tubes will.
Yeah, the Void Eagle's still trying to fly away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I think that was confusion there. Okay. All right, Captain. What are your orders? Do we keep pursuing them, or give up the chase and grab these whatever it is?
Shoot me in the ass once more. We'll see where we stand.
I'm gonna take over from you for that, Ben. Elena, while Elena is inclined to violence, that is still the first response that she gives is, fire, take him down. But then she takes half a step back from herself and looks over at Marcus, who she unspokenly had put in charge of this part of the mission. And she looks at Marcus. This is your mission. What is your...
I'm still not sure that our mission was to recover it, so much as make sure it doesn't get out, right?
We can't be sure if there's more aboard there. So
it was, in fact, to recover it. We asked Elena that question last session. Recover if possible, destroy if we must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if there's more aboard. We might be best taking up the engines.
So it's not super important that we recover it.
Because we didn't get a definitive number on how many they've retrieved in total, correct?
You did not.
We only got like a picture. Yep, in which case Marcus is standing by his words, which is shoot the engines. We don't know how many, if they have any more on board.
All right.
Okay.
Wait.
The location of those are clearly marked because you took a full action to basically do that instead of getting more command points. I will basically reward that as mechanically as to confirm to you they will be here when you get back. And
so we have dealt with their crisis for them, so far as we're concerned.
Well, yeah. we have dealt with the crisis to the extent that it will now not cause us any inconvenience. That was the intent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got 2 command points and a captain and gunnery action left.
The captain is supporting gunnery.
Okay. Gunnery, you've got 2 command points and a -2 from 1 action.
All right. Well, I guess that's pretty much just gonna have to shoot their.
Personally, I'd just shooting them.
Yeah, that's actually where I was about to land. Is just shooting them. I mean, we have actually gotten what we wanted. And we just need to ensure that no more. That if there is more, it doesn't get away, right? Yeah, I think that's
optics. We'll go ahead.
Drop in the music. Fantastic.
The optics are easy. If anybody asks what went on out here, we just declared that we were resolving a breach of contract.
Or yeah, I think like saying if they crossed Tharaza, they got what was coming to them is probably actually the sort of optics Tharaza wants.
Think of how it looks when the corvette, the patrol boat, and the 2 other free merchants show.
That's probably fine. We can get away from them. Well, I guess either way, I'll just target the engine. I mean, because either way, they'll have to be taking a whatchamacallit.
Crisis. So there's no real reason to give yourself a penalty.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Don't take the -4 if you don't need to.
Oh, true. Okay.
So
well, the difference is I could shoot twice if not targeting the engine.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
If you've got command points, you could do fire all weapons.
How much does it cost to fire a weapon normally?
It's 2 for a single weapon. It's 3 to fire all weapons.
Okay.
But you can't fire all weapons and target a subsystem with that.
Right.
It has to be fire 1 weapon. So either way, I can shoot twice, and that's it.
Yep.
If I'm not targeting the engine, so we'll just do that. We'll just shoot them directly.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. See, it may not. All this is for naught, right? Let's see.
Oh, that certainly hits. Oh my goodness.
That's pretty close to killing it.
Presumably they're going to take a crisis there.
Yes, that's.
To help.
Actually, it'll go through their armor.
I
So
assume they don't have more than 10 armor.
Holding Dexter to his own rules, you said that they would not take a crisis more than once a turn. I guess maybe if you say that they would they have taken it for the first one, or are you adjudicating those as simultaneous and they get to pick?
Oh no,
the first one missed.
Yeah,
The first one
you
misses.
get to choose whether you're going to take a crisis after you've seen the result of the roll.
Oh, I see. The first one missed. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, there's only one hit, so there's
There
only
is
one
only one
crisis
hit.
to possibly take.
And to answer your question, yes, if somebody's taking multiple shots, you do have to decide to take the crisis before the next one is rolled.
So like
If
hit,
you remember,
crisis,
so whenever we're rolling
crisis.
attacks, we need to go ahead and wait just to simplify things to make sure that whether they take the crisis on a hit before we
Yeah.
roll the next one.
Try and avoid giving me any chance for bias.
Yes.
I'm going to check something first, though.
So I'll label the second one after I saw the first one missed. Oh. I can never remember which way that's supposed to go.
That means they don't flee.
They
don't surrender. They fight
It's
on.
green for them, yeah.
okay.
They can still choose to if they want, but that just means their will isn't broken. They don't immediately.
They haven't given up. I mean, obviously they're trying to flee already, so like it's just a matter whether they surrender or not. I would think. Do they stand by their principles so strongly?
8. System damage. One of the ship systems has been cooked by this hit.
The engines. Wouldn't that be
maybe.
convenient?
I mean, what? Roll a d5 and see what gets hit. Or is there only 3 options?
They just it says you randomly pick, but like
It would be
It's up to
nice
you.
if there was a list of systems instead of just
Weapon
randomly
fitting
picked.
or engine.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
it
You have to just assign the numbers yourself, which is very annoying.
is very annoying.
Alphabetical order.
or again, since you're the DM, you can just pick one.
I can just pick. And I think I'm going to
it's
exercise that
weapon
judgment.
Fitting or engine, so it's like
But the
all of
bo-
their fittings.
But the book says randomly decides.
Yeah, but the book,
Yeah, the
fuck
book-
the book.
But guess what?
Just-
Here
Also in
you
the
go.
book it
Here you go.
says-
My
No, no,
random
no.
decision will be on a 1 through 3. It's just the drive. Oops.
The
Randomly
investment is-
decides, which is why his name is Cubicle Randomly Dexter.
Yeah.
Then he rolls a D3.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's the engine.
It is the engine. They are making a upward trajectory out of Juno, and so that is, if I understand my orbital mechanics, actually bad for them if they can't continue thrusting, because it means that they're going to crash into the planet more quickly than if they were holding a level orbit.
The way that you raise your elevation above a planet is simply to go faster.
Yeah. Whatever orbital mechanics works, however it works, in this situation, they're in a position where their engines are toasted. They may be able to fix it. However, they've only got about 3 hours before gravity pulls them back into Juno to a point where they would not be able to escape.
In which case, Marcus, because that presumably be our turn now. Well, are you going to give them a turn, or are you going to?
Nah, the ship combat is finished.
Yeah. In which case, Marcus is just going to hop on comms. Would you like us to check in now, or would you like to send one more, shot into your engines to fully destroy it, so you'll be condemned to die on this gas giant? Because right now it's disabled, you have a chance of surviving and living. If we send one more shot into your engines, it will be completely destroyed and you'll have no hope of survival. Your best strategy would be to
Take your time.
jettison, but we all know you will get pulled into the gas giant and promptly die. As
Roll,
such, we are your last hope and savior. Would you like us to check in now?
roll me a charisma talk.
Spitting that straight. Truth! Give them the truth! Aww.
7's not awful.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to assist?
Elena, just by saying no.
Let's see.
I mean, I can assist by saying, "Hey, I've got them on my sights." Well, Libra's got them in her sights.
I mean, that's a valid thing from Gunnery. Spin up your, weapon. Get it ready to shoot to show them we aren't fucking around.
I mean, I'm still just learning from Libra over here.
Yeah, if you want, Libra can roll a shoot skill check.
A warning
Sure.
shot.
Doesn't
Do
even have to
we
be a warning
even-
shot. It's just the targeting.
Do we even have a brig?
Um,
Marcos does.
Wow.
For a patrol boat? Oh, a patrol boat might have like
think
a
so.
really tiny like security room sort of thing.
yeah, I
Probably
think
wouldn't be much, but
I think a patrol boat. Let's say it's got a 2-cell brig, and you could
Because it's not really a fitting, is it?
no, it's not.
No.
You could fit 3 people into a single one of those cells.
We've also
So
got a cargo hold
it's
that,
not-
you know,
but
can
it's
just
not
climb
humane.
down in. But
I,
anyway,
I think
let's
one
carry on.
imagines that it would be crew space that has been narratively converted into brig space.
Well, we haven't got to that point yet, so
yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I think it makes sense for a patrol boat to have a minimal holding cell or holding area, and 2 cells
Because
seems good to me.
I mean, could
yeah,
literally
because
just
a lot
be
of
like
a lot of
meeting
brigs
room.
are designed for like anti-piracy, or a lot of patrol boats are designed for anti-piracy work. So it's
Yeah.
What were you
Makes
saying,
sense.
Ben?
This mission was right down our ship's alley.
All right. Yeah. Change the music up. That is a success on the assist from Libra, and that does bring Marcus's talk check up to an 8, which is what you needed.
Yeah.
Dawson starts to shoot his mouth off at you, and then his mouth gets shot off. You see blood splattered on.
Literally.
Yeah, splattered on the.
This is what Marcos was hoping for. Let the
Let's
crew
face it,
know
yeah.
they will die if their leader does not comply.
Yeah, it
Frankly, that
splatters
leader's not
towards
going to
the
survive
camera.
long.
And another man steps forward. May as well throw that pog up there also. Another man steps forward.
It says I am the captain now.
We could use some repairs.
Jesus. You sure that guy hasn't checked in? Wasn't the one that got shot?
This is
No,
the guy that
this dude
appears
must
to have done
fed
the
up of the
shooting.
other guy's shit. It's like, nah, I'm done with his shit now.
He is actively holstering his void rifle as he's walking up to the up to the podium.
Well, we can accommodate that. I just need you to confirm a couple of things before we come aboard.
Yeah, hurry up. What do you want?
I see from our scanners that certain tubular objects ejected from your cargo hold with
What?
a green hue in nature.
The green gunk.
Yes, the green gunk.
Speak plainly.
What do you mean it ejected?
Yeah, there's a hole in your cargo hold. Everything's going to be ejecting.
He looks to the side for confirmation and gets it. Yeah, seems so.
Right, so you've got a couple of issues going on right now. As such, can you confirm if you have any more aboard? We detected 6 tubes ejecting from your cargo hold.
No, we only found 6 of the things. And,
Okay, that's good. In which case, if any of
box
them
little
split...
flash drive things.
Okay, in which case what we will do is, if all your men could simply throw their weapons outside of the cargo hold and we can see them floating away, we will then come aboard. We will then patch up your engines, verify that everything is in order, and make sure you do not die. Do you agree to these terms?
Yeah.
In which case, once we verify you have thrown weapons outside, if we see any weapons, we will not hesitate to shoot you down.
He turns back and you see him issuing those orders to the crew standing around, and also see him unstrap the void carbine that he just shot Joel Dawson with. Tosses it
Thank
to
you for your
the floor behind him.
cooperation. Yeah, Max is gonna... Elena, do you want to announce to everyone that they have surrendered and we can board them to confirm that what they state is true, and we can help fix their engines? In return, we can also get information from them.
Go prepare. Elena cuts the communication. Go prepare mission. I will resume command.
Do you want a prize crew to move over there, Captain?
Yet, not enough crew to pilot both patrol boat and keep them. Well, assess the
Well, they need a
situation.
pilot.
Hi, Captain.
Mr. McCroy, you will assess the ship and determine that it can be piloted back to Camiego, to Dry Sun, and if it can, you fly back. We'll take them aboard.
Understood, Captain. Armstrong, can you take the helm for me?
Yes, sir. Mr. McCroy.
All right, then. Well, Marcus, you're in charge of this mission. Let's go get a team.
Indeed. Let us go aboard and find out what the situation is. They seem to have stated they only found 6 tubes. I wish to confirm this, but I trust their judgment. But I'm also curious to see if we can get a list of buyers for who they sold to previously, to understand who has been, accepting this way of treachery, in essence. That way we know those to punish. Get the list of buyers.
Understood. Let's see what we... Alright. Let's see. I think McCroy is going to... Alright, once he gets confirmation, he's going to put the call out to probably Gunnery to have them send up a couple of the security team members to, gear up and then get ready for boarding.
Okay.
Combat field uniforms a thing in armory or nah?
They are.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But you might be wanting to wear a vac suit.
Yeah. Unless Icarus harnesses are a thing in our armory, then vac suit's probably the best option.
Ah, darn. Oh well. Armored vac suits it is.
After that whole exchange, once the pirate ship is off comms, Oogie just doffs his hat to Marcus. Says, "You cold-blooded snake, that was slick as shit."
Reality is often a very dreaded thing.
I prefer slick as baby shit.
Oh god, that's awful.
Awful.
It's amazing what one's life, when weighed against the life of another, what that does for a person.
Yeah, I can't see any reason that the Icarus harness would not be available. Keep in mind, it is only 30 minutes.
Yeah, you can always bring along a separate,
Battery?
refills, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to carry an oxygen tank with you, you certainly can. I believe they're 1 encumbrance each.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, per vac refresh. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get. Isn't that just the thing you can have?
Vac yeah, I think it used to be anyway.
What's that?
You're
Vac-
talking about the vac
Vac
freshers,
Oh, those are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
400
and
credits
that's
each.
not exactly the same thing. That's actually extracted oxygen from the atmosphere that it's in.
Right. I'd say just yeah. If we're worried about combat, grab an Icarus harness and then like an oxygen tank just in case.
I don't think we need to overly worry.
Yeah, it's probably not too much of a
I think
concern
we'll
right
just-
now.
Yeah, now we'll just do the Ironvac suits. Unless, of course, we see other ships coming in to
Yep.
look closer or assist the Eagle more so than we already are.
Well, actually, Elena, under Marcus's direction / suggestion, does get on the comms, start broadcasting that the conflict has been resolved. This was a Raza action, and
Breach of contract, baby.
yeah, clarifying terms of a breach of contract, and an amicable agreement has been reached.
With the remaining crew.
I mean,
With the remaining
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't kill any of their crew. So
Elena is Union. This is appropriate language.
Yeah.
Well, was Union.
They've had a change in leadership after some internal negotiations.
And Elena does draw on her her many years of Union service to present a very forceful, unspoken threat against any outside intervention.
basically, yeah. I mean, if anyone takes action against us over this, then they've got to deal with the Raza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elena invokes the Raza, not just Raza as an organization, as well as the ease with which this pursuit and incapacitation was conducted. And Armstrong has reduced the alert level from red to yellow, and reports that there are no ships that are on an intercept course. So you've got some free action here. At your leisure, whichever order you want to do them in. You've got the tubes that are tumbling around in orbit. I've already assured you as a GM that they're going to be safe. You've taken actions to ensure that. And you've got the Void Eagle also tumbling. And let's see. They didn't actually lose their engines, that's right.
Just disabled.
Yeah, it has to drop below.
Oh, right. No, my
engineer
bad.
zero.
Yes. I was thinking that the combat ended with damage, and no, it didn't. It ended with a crisis that did the exact same thing as you
Yes.
wanted to happen.
Yeah.
Just them disabled, not destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, actually tumbling towards the gravity of Juno, and they've only got 3 hours.
All right. Well, let's secure the. Let's see. Sorry, Marcus is in control of the mission. What is Marcus's surname actually?
Snow.
Snow.
Yes.
Okay.
A pseudonym for cocaine.
All right, Mr. Snow. Hold on.
Mr. Cocaine.
What rank would Marcus actually hold on board the ship?
Oh, I'm really not good with military ranks. Can we call
No
him commander
rank.
for now?
All right.
He's the commander of your away team or your mission team.
All right.
Acting
Team
commander.
leader.
You can call him acting commander. How's that?
Well, I think you'd just refer to him as commander in parlance if you're low ranking. All right, commander. You want us to secure the ship and then send the marmoset back to pick up those tube things?
Yes, that is the plan. I will accompany you aboard. I want to make sure the transition goes smoothly and nothing has been hidden.
All right, understood. Let's see. Who else would be coming with? Archibald, who does not have a surname. Probably.
Probably no.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want somebody to examine their records to figure out whom they may have been selling contraband, Oogie would not be bad for that. Plus O in administer.
Right. No, I was actually just trying to look up everyone's names again. 'Cause I'm bad with that. Especially with remembering the surnames, which would probably be referring. Well, I'd refer to you by at least at first.
I will say Amaya could absolutely go for both repairs and protection, so.
Yep. All right. Miss Wabakri, Mr. Tremar, let's get over there.
If anyone wishes to accompany us, it would be, accepted. Albeit I don't want to leave the ship unmanned. Just in case any ships nearby decide to come close.
The two NPCs that I put in the ship in the bridge for you are your two combat, basically guard specialized crew.
I think it'd be a good idea to leave Libra behind, and at the very least to man the guns in case.
All right. We done?
And I'm going with, I guess, Armstrong's taking the bridge right now. And then Oogie wanted to come.
Yours.
Yep, I think that'd be basically all the PCs, and then Ifram, I think.
Okay. All right.
And if I'm not mistaken, when we got up this morning, you told us that Elena looked positively exhausted, and it's been at least 2 hours since then.
Uh-huh.
On our way out of the bridge to go and prep for the mission, Oogie is going to approach Elena. Permission to speak freely, Captain? Matters are stable at the moment. You ought to go and get some shut-eye.
She's silent for a moment. Situation may escalate anytime.
And if it does, we're going to need our captain as sharp as a tack.
We'll go get stimulant from Sunny. Concern noted.
Oogie scowls. There's probably like a little stare down between him and Elena. Yes, Captain. And he backs off.
Okay.
And then goes and prepares for the mission.
All right.
Armored vac suit. Knuckle dusters, whatever form those would take in, when equipped with an armored vac suit.
Yeah. Some kind of high impact kinetic transferal system.
Not that it really matters. I don't actually benefit from gauntlet weapons because I've got unarmed combatant. But
right.
I mean, he's not going to fight bare knuckled if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
It's not to protect the handies.
Okay. So the first challenge that you're going to face, is that the Void Eagle is tumbling. It's not tumbling wildly, but it's not stable. You can't actually dock with it.
That's a good thing we have boarding tubes. If we need to. Though I don't know if that's really better in that situation.
You know what? The boarding tubes do mechanically just require the engine be disabled.
Perhaps they'd have some mechanism for stabilizing the ship.
I feel like that's probably reasonable given.
I think so. They take some power and mass. They're not free.
Right. Because I think if it was just they can cut into the hole a bit faster, that'd be a bit. I mean, mechanically that'd be a bit disappointing for something that's actually taking up ship space.
If all a ship with disabled engines had to do to prevent the boarding tubes from working is just use their maneuvering thrusters to turn themselves into a weird spin, you know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. Now, I also do want to clarify that it isn't just that they make cutting faster. It's that if you can disable the engines and you want to board the ship, then by my reckoning, the act of disabling those engines basically lets you also board that same turn. The other ship, does it get its turn? I don't even know if it gets its turn, but you're boarding. No, it's taking its turn if it hasn't already while you're boarding. They might get those engines back up and running, in which case your timer goes down. Without boarding tubes, you have to somehow make sure that they can't get their engines repaired for 2 whole combat rounds while you're trying to cut through the airlock. It's really not feasible to try and board a ship mid-combat unless you can really just wreck the ship without boarding tubes. At least it shouldn't.
We can though, because if they can repair it, but if we shoot it again, then it's fully destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I mean by fully wreck it. Sometimes you don't want the engine fully wrecked.
But anyway, what are they doing?
Well, they've thrown their weapons out like you said. And Armstrong was able to track several weapons being thrown out. Armstrong does give you an exact count of how many individual items they're able to identify and track, but it's more than the crew on board, and Armstrong follows that with the statement that it's impossible to know if that is actually all the weapons that they had.
I doubt very much it's going to be all of them, but at least we've, negated the vast many. Let us proceed.
We assume they still have weapons. I mean, that's just the smart thing to do.
Absolutely. What is a pirate without a weapon, or something to threaten someone with? So yeah, I would like to go aboard.
Alright, please.
I will prepare myself.
Okay. And I believe you've already set up your away team. Go ahead and move them over here real quick. Wanted El Rada with you. And actually, it's just all of you, isn't it? All of you plus El Rada.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
What
I mean, unless, and this could be an open question, once there's a physical connection between the ships, could Oogie carry out the audit from here?
In what way?
Allow us to connect to their computer systems to read
data.
Like,
does the boarding tube include like an Ethernet cable?
No, it doesn't. There will be no ship connectivity without actually being on the ship.
Okay. So yeah, Oogie's gonna go with.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can use the boarding tubes to basically put your ship and their ship into the same spin. Your boarding tubes and the thrusters that come with it will try to stabilize, and that's going to be a quick pilot check. You can do that before you head on over there, Connor.
Sorry, what was that? I sort of blanked for a second.
No worries. Go ahead and give me a pilot check to see how well the boarding tubes and thrusters and all that stabilize the spin that the Void Eagle is in.
Okay.
Oof.
Not well.
Not well.
Let me go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Yeah. That's better. That's better. It's sufficient to get your ship locked on, clamped on, and for you to walk over to the airlock instead of cutting through their hull. As long as you don't want to cut through their hull.
Yeah. Well, there's no reason to.
Okay. And your mag boots will keep you on their hull. The spin is not so strong that it's going to throw anybody off, and that's about the amount of control that Connor was able to get into the computers, given the atmospheric conditions that you're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who is going into the airlock first? Who is walking into this?
Me.
All right. Marcus, you're greeted with that kindly looking man.
Cool.
Very generous.
I'm looking at all these people. Are any of them psychic as I walk on by?
None of them are psychic.
Good. That's why I wanted to be first.
Now, do you actually have beta at 1?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I can look at people and determine if they're psychic.
Just making sure. Considering I answered before I even asked.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Actually, no, I can't. No, that's second level. I'm a liar. I can only detect if they use powers. I'm a liar.
Well, then all I answered is that none of them are using powers.
Exactly. Nah. Okay. But yeah. Greetings. I can see you've put some weapons away. That is, I'd guess a gesture of goodwill. As such, we will now like to see your hold to determine if all the goo is gone. I would also like to get a download of your data of the last, let's say, 10 expeditions you've had, so that we can determine if what you said is valid. And
yeah,
also, we
it's
know
all
you've
on
got a buyer's list, and yes.
Come on, man. It's all on Dawson's tab. I don't deal with any of that.
Oh, I know. I just want a copy of everything. You will not
Just
be held
take
to
the
the same
tab.
standard he would be. As long as we've got a copy, that's all I want.
Well, he's dead now. You don't need it.
Yes, we do, for our own internal audits.
He's saying, Commander, he's saying we can just take the original.
Well, I didn't know
Sorry.
if it also had some of your contacts on it. I didn't want to deprive you of such things, or if it had any.
Just take it. He don't
Shit.
care.
Okay.
We're gonna be spending the rest of our lives in prison on dry sun anyways. What do I need it for?
Negotiation, mainly to sell to other pirates to say, don't go to these spots, they've already been hit.
Commander, I'm just going to go check the engines.
Please do. Anyway, it was a pleasure doing business with you.
Whatever.
May I inquire, though, what was the final
really
turning point for you?
I want to die.
So you thought you had... Up until we disabled your engines, you thought you had a chance of escaping?
Well, maybe, I don't know. Dawson
would
thought
you-
so.
And where would you escape to? Or were you just along for the ride? And then as soon as you saw the end of the ride, well, approaching quickly, you decided to get off.
Let's not worry about questioning the man's motives. He made a decision when there were no other decisions to make.
Yeah, what he said.
But anyway, most important question. Obviously, you gentlemen will be... How can I say this? Deprived of certain facilities aboard the ship for long periods of time, and as such, how does one entertain themselves with substances? And if so, can I, you know...
Is that really relevant, Marcus?
It is for me.
Wait, hold on. Is Marcus just asking where they keep their drugs?
Yes, that is exactly what Marcus is asking.
Great.
Yeah, it's all kept in the smuggler's cache, along with those tubes and shit.
Which is exactly why I'm asking. Can you please point us to the direction of all the places you hide your substances and other things?
I mean, if he
you
says
wish
he
to
hit
be
him with
hidden?
if he says he hit him with the goo, that probably means they're out in space right now.
Oh, I know that. I'm just curious if they have anything else hidden away. They did mention they found other things on their, you know, excursions.
Alright, QEDs. What was it, five of them?
They didn't say
drives?
exactly how many, yeah.
Oh, I thought he said, for some reason I thought they said 5.
I think he said a bunch
Oh, a
of
bunch.
flash drives.
Which are probably QEDs.
Which are probably QEDs, knowing where they got them from.
Which the Raza would be quite interested in having some extra QEDs.
Uh-huh.
So
That's-
I guess actually that'll be Archibald's first thing is securing those. Recognizing that, hey, the more of those they have, the more operatives they can have.
Exactly.
I would also like to remind you that this goodwill is going a long way. We'll make sure to pass on words, that way you get a more favourable decision.
There's some concern among the Void Eagle crew there. Ranging from how I was I just joined the ship to I didn't know what was going on, and some disagreement amongst that. It sounds like not all of them are as resigned to the idea of being thrown in prison as Mr. Hamilton is.
Do some of them raise that issue with myself?
Yes.
Don't you worry.
We
The
don't-
Raza treats all things like this in a very proper manner, in which case you will have to provide evidence of your date of arrival. You will have to provide, you know, character witness to the fact that you were not like this upon boarding this ship, and we will also look into what was found during your tenure here.
And
Oogie is rolling his eyes so hard he can see out the back of his vac suit. Somebody give this man the drug tour so that I can talk business with the other businessmen.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll show you where it is.
Thank
you. Got your escort coming with you? I'm a big man.
We really need to
No
discuss
worries.
this problem.
Who is it that's giving him the tour?
Hamilton.
Mr. Hamilton, I presume. I'm going to tag along because I think you're the one with whom I wish to speak.
There is a mousy... sir, if I could talk to you first, please? Coming from this gentleman over here.
Oogie turns on his heel. By all means, to whom do I have the pleasure?
So, sir, here's this thing. And Hamilton is motioning for Marcus to follow him, taking over to the cargo. Ephraim decides to join you on that. I believe Connor is already off looking at the engine. Marcus is with them. Where's Archibald?
Whatever needs to be doing to secure the QEDs if they do indeed have some.
Okay, so is then Archibald going with Snow, Hamilton, and Rada?
I presume the QEDs were not on their announced manifest or their they were not reported, right?
They're not.
Okay.
Yeah, Hamilton will admit that easily. That no, the tubes and the flash drive things were not recorded anywhere.
Then who does that leave here in this room?
That leaves only Oogie. Am I staying with Oogie?
Yeah, I will stay with Oogie.
I figured there's these crew are not trying to be troublesome, but they also are pirates, as Sonny would put it.
And FYI, Oogie is not wearing his hat over his vac suit.
Aww.
Is he wearing his hat inside of his vac suit? We can just see like the brim being pushed
It's
down.
all squid jump inside of the helmet. Yes. Yes, it is.
Fantastic. All right.
I mean, there is atmosphere in here, right?
I mean, there has to be, unless everyone there is in a vac suit.
Yeah, there is. I'm considering the cargo situation, but yeah, no, there is atmosphere here. There is, however, there's a red alert throughout the entire ship because, they just got fired upon. And a computerized voice is warning that cargo bay depressurized, and everyone, you know from the design of the ship that everyone will need to be in their vac suits or have some form of air when Hamilton, Archibald, Snow, and Delrada go to enter that cargo bay.
All right. So in that case, Oogie is first going to tell these guys. Are they all guys? Actually, that's a question. Are any of the Void Eagle crew female?
Let me look. One of them is.
One of them is. So Oogie will say, now you fellas, and then he looks at the woman and goes, and lady, and he goes to tip his hat and he realizes he can't because it's under his vac suit.
Still do the,
Get y'all suited up because there's going to be some pressurization issues, and then we can talk shop.
Are the vac suits here? Do they have to go somewhere for the vac suits?
No, the vac suits are readily available at the airlock that you're at.
It's not a very big ship, anyways.
That too.
Okay.
And I do want to clarify.
But still, you don't want like 20 people moving around all at once.
Right. And I do want to clarify. Normally, you'd be able to access the cargo bay without depressurizing or venting the entire ship. It's the damage to the cargo bay that's preventing that in this state.
It got a hole.
It's got a hole, yeah. So, I'm going to start with Oogie over here. This mousy gentleman tries to surreptitiously show Oogie his compad and has a picture open on it. It is the same picture as what was received and ended up sending you on this mission.
We found a rat.
Sorry, I was wondering if... Do I have to go to prison?
Is he asking that loud enough that anybody else would hear it?
He's trying not to, but it is.
Okay. So Oogie kind of, with good-natured Southern accent charm, now, I am going to do my utmost. And here I am deliberately playing good cop to Marcus's bad cop. I'm going to do my utmost to ensure that all but one or maybe two of y'all end up in the clink. I understand that most of y'all were just doing your jobs. And frankly, the thing that's most important to me is getting to the bottom of why did y'all do it? We know y'all are pirates and that there's a certain amount of misdeed to be expected, But there was an agreement with Raza, a sacred contract. Are you not businessmen? Or ladies? Tries to tip us out again, can't do it.
Business folks.
I just signed on to this ship, sir. I'm not even a pirate. It's coming from one of the other crew.
Or it could be your pirate suit as you sign up on a pirate ship.
It says in the manifest that they've been here for like 8 years. They've gone on like 300 raids.
Ended up shooting some of the other pirates.
Him and the woman.
He's got an eye patch and a peg leg, and a parrot on his shoulder, and a little vac suit.
Both back and forth a little bit.
You're in a little vac suit?
Yeah.
Best!
Ow.
I love it!
Lordy.
So the two of them kind of go back and forth in pointing the finger at Hamilton, saying that Dawson just needed more people because somebody left. And so Hamilton basically bullied them and blackmailed them into coming and serving up on the ship.
Well, and I do admit that is consistent with the information in which I was already in possession. But do any of y'all know what was this crew's, broadly speaking, motivation for violating the terms of the agreement with Raza?
I think you can just guess greed.
Dawson figured you could just get more money this way.
Now, you see, that's short-sighted thinking, and you can see where it has gotten y'all. So let us resolve that however this shakes out, Raza will be generous and just. But it must be understood that business is sacrosanct. We do not appreciate you trying to undercut the Raza.
Make me a talk or trade check if you have.
Trade check it is.
If you
With
have
charisma?
any. With charisma, yeah.
And if I have any what?
Oh, I was gonna say if you have anything trade related that gives you an extra die, but you still want to use talk, it would be a trade related talk check. But it sounds like you just want to use trade.
I just want to use trade. That's how Oogie thinks.
Mhm.
All right, so trade plus charisma. And I'm actually going to do a quick check here to see if Shrewd Merchant gives me any useful benefits here.
Yeah.
No, that's just I can always find insecure cargo.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. Oh, okay. The third guy, who had been fairly quiet up until now, is looking around. He's uncomfortable, but he sees that clearly the other two unnamed Void Eagle crew have are jockeying for a lighter punishment for themselves. He's laid suspicious eyes on Theo at that little exchange of the photo that prompted Oogie's speech. Anyone with a notice of at least 0 can see that he is now has at some points in this glared daggers at Theo, and is now coming around. Says was gonna sell it to Halcyon Disturbance.
To whom?
Halcyon Disturbance is a underused and underknown terrorist organization. Their big claim to fame is that they destroyed. I can't remember what the name of the station was, but they destroyed a space station with the help of one of the former the Raza crew with over 10,000 people on it. They've been in the news almost not at all for the past year or so.
Well, that means, unfortunately, given the fact that we've undergone QED and Oogie's only been in the field for about a month, he probably has literally no idea what that means.
Yeah, they are not newsworthy enough to have come up in any kind of training material.
Nonetheless, Oogie is going to play that for advantage. Because the whole thing here is he's going to play this like he's just unflappable. He's going to pretend that it doesn't mean anything to him, because it doesn't mean anything to him. So he's just going to pick up his data slab and he's going to tap in, Halcyon Disturb. Can you spell that for me?
Yeah, HALCEAN disturbance. Spell check.
And he types out the misspelling, but he also puts the correct spelling of the words Halcyon Disturbance. Now that is valuable information, and why he would go elsewhere when Raza has been so good to you all. Why, we've heard it throughout the Sleeping Dogs, how much your people admire and respect Raza for the stability that we have brought to this system.
Yeah, stability.
Well, we are going to take this ship and you all back to Camiego, and there is going to be a conversation.
Yeah, we get the drill. And the other two are like, we don't.
I believe that you all have it in you to be productive and useful members of this little society that we have here, even employing your unique skills. But you are going to employ them in ways that are beneficial to everyone.
There is no further argument or offerment of evidence or information. Nobody else has anything else to offer.
So Oogie's going to collect documents at this point. The captain's the captain's tablet. He's going to accept the tablet if Lee was trying to give him that little data slab.
Oh no, that was Lee's personal compad.
That was Lee's personal compad. Okay. So in that case, if there's a moment, Oogie's going to get Theo's contact information just so he knows who it is who tipped us off discreetly.
I mean, Theo will also surrender his compad. I wasn't saying no, he won't give it to you because it's his own compad. He will surrender it, but I just wanted you to know that it is his compad there. I mean, they all expect to basically lose their compad privileges.
Okay. Yep. So Oogie goes around and he confiscates things, making it look like he's just collecting evidence, which he is.
Okay.
Including the captain's tab, where he's going to start trying to decode all of the other financial misdeeds of this organization.
All right.
And then I will pass spotlight to somebody else.
I'm going to do one last thing with you real quick. And that is, once I find the damn drawing tool, to have you and Amaya determine which cell you're placing these crew in. I will actually give them more descriptive names.
So, how many total? Are there really only the 5 people?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like what, max 10 crew, right?
Okay.
Free merchants have max 6. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so it was a full crew. One of them is dead.
One of them is dead. Yes.
We are going to isolate Lee is not going to be in with the old hand, the fella who was glaring daggers at him.
No? Okay.
It's going to be...
Oh, you can't move them. I didn't make them movable to you. That's right.
And you know what? Oogie, I want to know what Amaya thinks about this. Oogie has somewhat old-fashioned notions of gender, and so he is reluctant to put the female into an isolated cell with any of the men.
Why not just stick him with the...
I mean,
I don't know his name,
not
but the
gonna be
more
in there that-
weebly one.
they're not gonna be in there that long, are they? I mean, no
Yeah,
more than
exactly.
later.
A few days, right? We've got to fly back to Camiego. It's a day out here.
Yep.
Is it
You
really
can
that-
just post a guard to make sure there's nothing untoward going on if you're really worried about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, but what if
It's a couple days.
but what if
I'm
one
up
of
for a
them,
little guard duty.
but what if one of them has to go to the bathroom?
So be it.
Well,
But,
let's see.
I mean-
I am not here for this conversation, am I?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
But he's a he and she's a she.
And they're a they. And
They're both pirates. The one true gender, pirate.
The only genders are pirate and privateer.
see, they're all pirates. Whereas we are all privateers.
Oogie has confiscated the parrot and he cuddles it. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me. Two of them cooped up together like that in that little room. Well, I guess if we gotta. All right, so he'll
We ain't giving him special treatment.
he concedes to putting the new female in the cell with Theo Lee.
Okay.
Otherwise, what are you gonna do? Give him your room?
I mean, I suppose you... Oh, wait, no, you don't have a room.
Okay. All right.
Gonna joke? Wait, Oogie's preaching a religion? I mean, I could do that if you want me to.
All right. Let's see what Connor finds over there with the various databases, systems, Captain's data slab. What is Connor looking for? Unless you want me to do somebody else, Lulu.
No, I'm sorry. I was just for some reason I was looking up rum because I was going to do a pirate thing for this parrot. But let's talk. What did you want me to do?
What is Connor doing with at the bridge? He's got access to various command consoles, the captain's database, the captain's data slab. I mean,
I think. Well, for the most, like, while he'd probably he'd look into the recent logs. I can probably get into the ship's computer and transfer control to myself to go through all that, can't I? With access to the bridge like this?
Yeah, actually, it's not really locked down on the ship.
Right. So yeah, let's go ahead and transfer command to myself just for practical reasons, and then look through recent logs, make sure there's nothing untoward, and make sure everything's functional enough to actually get back to Camiego.
Okay.
I think those are my steps there.
So let's do the logs first. Go ahead and make a int admin, unless you can think of a different
program work.
skill.
Would program work to actually search through this?
You want to try and use a little bit better searching parameters and keywords?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can let you
basically.
do that.
All right, let me run this through. Yeah.
Okay.
So 10.
Yeah, there's. I'm assuming that information is being shared even if Connor wasn't in the room at the time.
It's been sent back. That is the intention.
What was that, Ben?
Nothing. Yeah, being shared.
Okay. So with that, you're able to find vague, cryptic notes about a meeting point and coordinates as designated within the Zenthra system as being a meeting location with a date 2 weeks out.
That's so. All right. Yeah, I think of it, when I see that, I'm going to go ahead and contact the bridge of the marmoset.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, found something interesting.
So, what's this?
Seems the crew of this vessel were planning to meet someone out in the orbit of name one of the planets here for me.
It's actually just out in a point in deep space. It's not even
Right.
I mean, it's technically an orbit around the sun, but it's
Right.
just deep space.
Yeah, a point out in deep space beyond the local planetary orbit paths. Seems possibly hoping to make a trade with. Well, from what I've heard from the others, possibly a Halcyon disturbance agent.
Halcyon disturbance. Is bad news.
But well, I can't speak to that. Don't rightly remember much about them myself. That being said,
I don't like the sound of trading Maltech to terrorist organizations.
well, yeah, that's definitely a bad sound. That being said, the meeting's for 2 weeks out. If the Raza wanted to do something, I mean, we have access to the ship. It seems from if we can get this running again, we might be able to surprise whoever it is.
Yeah, it's a good plan. Fix up ship and bring it back for some special modifications.
I'll see what I can do, Captain. Groy out.
Alright. As for the extent of the damage, it's fixable to the point where you can get this ship back up and running in a couple of hours.
Well, good news. We only had a couple hours before we went through the through a major gravity well.
Yes. Yep. And we're going to move the camera over to Archibald and Snow for a minute. We'll come back to Connor if there's anything else you want to do in a minute.
Okay.
So Hamilton is leading Snow and Archibald back to the cargo bay. He tries to open it, and the ship rejects him. It requires an authorization code be input, and he looks at that and says, "What the hell? Oh, right. Everyone better vac up." And turns out he's the only one that's not vacked up, so he grabs himself a vac suit from a nearby vac locker, and taps in the code that sends the alert throughout the ship that risk of total atmosphere loss is imminent. It's not saying that it will lose atmosphere, just ship is having a little difficulty telling exactly what the extent of the damage is and what will happen once that override is tapped in and the door opened. And so the cargo bay door does slide open, You feel a whooshing of air past you, and there's no more atmosphere in the ship. I mean, it'll take a few minutes.
Throughout the whole ship, everyone dies.
Yeah, everyone dies. All the atmosphere is gone.
All right, we ready to roll new characters?
And those of you in Icarus harnesses get the warning kicked on that you're on
30 minutes before you die.
Yep, you're on air. You can't. I'm gonna say that you can't keep the oxygen tank attached, but you can attach it and detach it to refresh yourself.
I don't know if anyone even went with the Icarus harness. I think I know. I just ended up going with just sticking with the vac suit, the armored vac suit.
I think McCoy at least went with the Icarus harness.
Oh, okay.
And
No, I
did as
actually
well.
went. I actually
did you?
did go with the vac suit if everyone else was going with one.
Okay, never mind then. Nobody really needs to worry about that.
Yeah.
You've got plenty of air in your vac suits. All right, and Hamilton leads Snow, Archibald, and Elrada over to the smuggler's cache, and you can kind of see the problem. The plasma beam didn't actually hit the cargo, the smuggler's cache. It just hit all the various locking mechanisms, and basically melted off the flooring that was keeping all that stuff encased in the cargo bay. Pretty much just lost the smuggler's cache.
Huh. Does that include the QEDs? Or do
It
they have
does,
somewhere else?
yeah. Those
Guess we
were.
better go back.
I don't remember if Armstrong noted it, but yes, it does include the QEDs. There are no boxes that look like flash drives in this void of space. You are literally looking out into space as you look into the smuggler's cache.
Archibald said something impolite.
And Hamilton turns and looks over at Snow. Oh, that's where we kept the red bones.
Oh, no worries. At least we know it has been taken care of and properly disposed of into the atmosphere of space.
Oh, it's probably just floating out there somewhere.
And inside his vac suit, he sheds a single tear.
Well, at least we know it has been dealt with. You might want to get this fixed. Marcus is just going to look around to see if there's any like sheets of metal that can put over it, and so that way someone can get in and weld it.
Jury rig repairs are going to be fairly easy, but are still going to require somebody with fix 0.
Yeah.
That does Marcus have fix 0?
Nope.
Okay. All right. He still is sufficiently. Well, actually, I'll ask this: is he sufficiently familiar with ships to know that you can kind of do a makeshift fix before the jury, or get things prepared for the jury rig fix by getting a sheet of metal and planting it on top?
I was just thinking there's a hole there, I can see space. Let's
Okay.
put something in front of him.
All right.
That's literally his thought process. He wasn't going for like pressure or anything. No, he was just thinking there's a hole there, let's just put something in front of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's easily done, easily enough done. The cargo bay of the Void Eagle does have not haphazardly, does have stacked and latched in crates. They're not in any particular organized order. They're haphazard in that sense, but they are still strapped in and secured. And it looks like that's the parts of the salvage that they declared to Raza.
Well, I'm sure this can go towards any fines that are accrued for those members that do end up going to the cells. Thank you for this. I wanted to confirm that all had been disposed of.
Yeah. Hey, listen, how long you think they're gonna put me in for? I ain't got
Honestly,
that many
I have
years
no
left.
idea. I have no idea when it comes to the local laws and how long the terms are for such.
Well, what do you say I give you a bead on my supplier?
Supplier of
Marcus.
information?
Yeah,
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, sure, right. Information.
Information is a value commodity. Albeit, I will say I don't have such sway,
Is
but I would be open to the information.
wait, I'm trying to figure out if Marcus even knows is knows they're not actually talking about information or what.
I'll let you two decide that. But
That's up to
I
him
will
to
note that
decide.
Archibald is a fairly insightful person,
Yeah.
being a bounty hunter and all. It wouldn't do for a bounty hunter to reach his quarry, who then says, "But I'm not the right person," and then for the bounty hunter to say, "Oh, okay."
Where is actually, that's just train of thought though. What is Jai's take on recreational drug use? I know he's all about drug use, but not necessarily. I don't know about recreationally.
I don't think he's ever
Frivolous.
cared, Lulu.
I don't think he really has a personal opinion. Like,
Yeah.
But he probably doesn't
beyond,
really go
like,
out of his way to make them, right?
he's not interested in making recreational drugs now.
Okay.
I think his general view is more of the medical, like, it's fine, but like, don't kill yourselves with them.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess I'll just let Marcus. Yeah. I guess for now I'll let it go because so far it's not. I don't know. Archibald's really conflicted about this. This is. I guess we'll stick with disapproving, but not taking any action yet. I'm going to assume that yeah.
So get me some fine representation in whatever trial or tribunal or judge, jury, and executioner setup got going down there on Dry Sun on Kamiego. And once I'm free, once I'm smiling in the glorious sunlight, we'll hook you up.
In which case, I can spare all the credits I can right now to make sure you have the proper representation for your cause.
Oh, that's what I like to
Mainly
hear.
with making sure you saved every person aboard this ship by making a decisive decision and acting upon that. So that way there would be no more casualties than what was required.
Oh yeah, by the way, what do we do with Dawson's corpse?
I don't know.
Pretty sure
That
you
is
just
yet to be
eject him off the
determined.
airlock, don't you?
Yeah, that's what we would do if we were still operating out here, but now we're heading to
right.
dry ground.
Well, you can't jail a dead corpse, as far as I'm aware.
I think we're pretty comfortable with just saying he's dead and we talked about the airlock. I don't
Yes,
see
we
any
can
reason to bring his
I suppose it would
body
be
along.
appropriate to send him down to the planet he was so eager to escape to.
Fitting. Think we could squeeze him through this here hole?
I see no reason that we need to do it that way.
Fitting, right?
I mean, it was the thing that, caused him to die, though. This smuggler's hold and what it, held within its contents. It would be fitting to send him out the way that killed him.
We're not really here looking for poetic justice.
And
I
hey,
know.
it's not even poetic, it's a good alibi. We can just say that he flew out with the cargo.
Why would he have been in the cargo hold? I feel like you're overcomplicating this.
He was trying to secure his drugs.
He needed a pick-me-up.
Whatever, do what you're gonna do.
Elrada looks across at Archibald with a flat expression on his face.
I will leave you to do what you need to do, and that information be greatly appreciated.
Alright, so does Marcus help Hamilton squish Dawson's body through the hole in the smuggler's cache? You'll have to adjust some fittings to fit.
Marcus said he will leave him be to do what
okay.
he needs to do, but the information he has would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I know. Hamilton doesn't care enough about how Dawson is ejected. He just it turns out he just thought it would be funny to have to try and squeeze a man through that hole, which would fit, but he also wants to make him fit better. Hamilton is a cruel man.
Some people enjoy juicing things, Dex. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Do you not feel a sense of satisfaction when you squeeze an orange down on one of those things that you use to make orange juice?
No, because I don't have one of those things, so when I squeeze an orange, it just gets juice all over the place, and then I have to clean it up.
I don't actually... I just buy orange juice at the store, too.
That thing has a name, and its name makes this action seem all that much more enjoyable.
What is it?
Called a reamer.
Yeah, that sounds great. Perfect. Do you not enjoy reaming things, Dexter?
So let's put this to a roll.
Just sounds dirty.
Yes. Hamilton does decide to take Dawson's body, and he had to break his collarbone and shoulders a little bit, and he also takes the additional joy of making sure that his his air tank and pressure and all that is active, is on, and he pokes a hole in his foot. Digs a big old hole into the boots of Dawson's back suit and has a good cackle as he as the release of air pushes him out the ship. It's not as fantastic as a balloon letting loose, but he still enjoys it anyways.
Yeah, I feel like that one should just stay locked up.
So I'm just waiting until he comes out of the cargo hold. Once he's done his deed, basically.
He has a good old laugh as he's going out. Like, said enough a party streamer.
Information, please.
I said, after I'm free.
He did say that.
If Oogie could be watching, inefficient and unprofitable. This man is history's greatest monster.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
That might be relevant to you, Dex. One, this Hamilton person, would they have like significant personnel file records or anything? I'm not asking so I can go through them now. I'm asking so like when people actually look through this ship later, would they find any that indicate like some level of skill on this person?
Yeah, he's very good at getting people to do things they don't want to do.
Great.
Coercive.
What are the odds that he might be the main Raza crew might look at him and say, "Yeah, we can just take his memory and make him useful"?
I would say in a non-voluntary manner.
Yeah.
And this is the question whether or not.
All right.
I'm Xing that.
Yeah.
That was one of my lines.
It was. So the Raza command is not okay with the involuntary.
Okay.
Yeah. It has been done in the past, but it caused enough conflict, internal conflict about the state of Carissa, that just a blanket rule was made. No, we're not doing that anymore.
I think it's like, would you accept it being done to you, basically? Making a shell of a person.
And that might be something that they offer. However, Hamilton has been in prison before, and he's more than willing to be in prison again. He's not going to volunteer to lose his identity.
He likes who he is, and what he is not great.
All right. Let's go ahead and close out the session here. I ran myself right to the end, which I realize now I shouldn't have done, because I still want to do some end of session feedback. First thing I want to do is put the end card up here. Tulare, thank you for the X card when it came up. Was the handling of that in closing that down satisfactory, or did I go on about it too much afterwards?
No, it was just fine. It's not something that talking about it gives me any trouble. It's just not a direction I want the story to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm happy to accommodate that. That is absolutely within the scope of the Roz's rebranding to not do that to people.